So pretty. I think we're
Hey,
live.
we're
We're live.
Indeed
live.
live.
Oops.
Holy bananas.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh no,
Welcome
my
everyone
computer
to
is struggling a
the
little bit.
series finale. Holy bananas series finale of the Brothers Grimm. I am so excited for this. I might cry through somewhere, and it's my goal tonight to make my players scared and have them cry also.
I want to stop being
So
brothers.
I know.
we're just three brothers. It has been an absolute treat to play this campaign with the three of you, and I'm going to be very sad when it ends. But
Same.
we're all going to play together at some point in the future. We will talk about
Yeah.
it shortly.
I'll move
So
on pretty easily.
I know you will.
Okay.
I know.
We didn't level
It's
up.
fine.
Did
It's fine. I'll
I know
cry
you've-
about it.
I know
Adam.
you've already stepped into Austin's character. You don't have to like be mean to us, Adam. Okay.
I'll cry about it on my own later.
It
Thank
comes
you.
So-
naturally, at this point.
I
Oh,
know.
dingus.
I don't know where Austin ends and I begin. It's gonna
Asymmetrical dingus over here.
Asymmetrical.
It's truly the line, the alibi line is very small. I'm gonna jump into some announcements here, and then we are gonna play that intro, and then we are gonna get right onto it. So as the world moves steadily forward, please consider donating to reputable organizations to help those fleeing and fighting against terror, war, and oppression. You can type !action to find links in the chat. A big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, nerdy woodworking company from Calgary. If anything tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. I'm going to get lipstick all over my teeth tonight. That is why we're going to do this. We're also proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound. We have two amazing partners, Legend Keeper. They're an ultimate world building tool created by DMs for DMs. I had the pleasure of being interviewed by one of their wonderful folks, Adam, about the joy of lore keeping, and that's going to be published on their website soon. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll tell you when it drops. But yeah, we love Legend Keeper so much, and Tim and I are in the process of starting to get everything onto the Legend Keeper very, very slowly. It's going to be great. We're also partnered with Kobold Press. We are excited to continue our campaign with them over at twitch.tv/Kobold Press. We are doing the Margrave campaign, The Rotting Heart, which is on Sundays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a couple more left, depending on scheduling. We're very, very excited. At the table is myself and Adam and Cody, as well as our dear friends, Bianca de Coster and of Utihime Cosplay, and Gordy Lucius, who's a comedian up here in Canada. It's so fun. Please come hang out with us. Go ahead.
Without intending to, Cody and I,
Yes.
like the brothers thing was that in this we play a sorcerer and a paladin. And
Yes.
in Kobold campaign, we play a sorcerer and a paladin.
paladin.
Who are also brothers.
I didn't even clock that.
Yeah,
Wow.
like
We did the same
insane that we just did that without
I love that for both
communicating that, just did it by accident. It's good
of you.
times.
That's so great.
And they're such different characters too. Like Austin and Vlad are
So different. So different. Love as always to our dice goddess, Keisha at Fairy Dragon _dice, and our campaign artist, Tiana Kovacevic. You can find her at Miss._Marston on Instagram. I keep begging her to join Twitter, but she hasn't yet. Tiana's commissions are open, so please go support her to help her fix her computer. She had a big crash and lost a bunch of stuff, so DM her to get yourself some art. We have a merch, a wonderful, amazing Discord, and all of our stuff here that we've ever put on Twitch is on YouTube. So please go head on over there and watch. A big thank you to those of you subscribing to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions as they don't roll over every month. You can also sub with your Amazon Prime. You can get one free Twitch sub, one every month, and if you choose to spend that on us, it warms the bottom of my cold, deep, dark eldritch heart. So please, that would be the best. And we're also just really thankful to have you here week after week and showing up and telling your friends about the show. Before I jump into our programming for this week, Adam, are you doing anything on your channel this week?
Friday, maybe Cody and I are streaming a game together. We're gonna work it out tomorrow.
We're getting divorced.
But I will be streaming. I will be streaming on Friday at 5 p.m.
Amazing. Cody, what are you doing this week?
I will be streaming Friday on my channel. And depending on whether or not Adam and I work out our differences, we're either getting divorced or we're not playing It Takes Two together, where
Wow.
married couple has a little spat.
I love
It's
that.
adorable.
I love that. Playing brothers, married couples. I love that for you. It's all in the family, right? So programming for us this week, we are back on Saturday with episode 92 of our main campaign, Holy Bananas. And I thought Why not? Let's talk about our upcoming summer scheduling. So, as you know, this is the end of the Brothers Grimm, and we also are nearing the end of the Weird West, which is happening next week, which is so exciting. And I'm very, very excited to see the end of these campaigns and the stories all wrap up. And I'm going to miss the characters so much. But in May, we begin our new summer programming with 2 new shows. And the first of those is the Rage Saga, or the Raging Bulls Saga. So it is the story of 3 Minotaur barbarians who are just trying to finish a job. We started this during the stream drive and are looking forward to continuing the story. Adam is in the DM seat with myself and Cody, returning as Jersey and Oleander, with a special guest joining us to pick up the rage and come rage along with us. That will be on starting in May on the 2nd Wednesday of every month. And then on the 3rd Wednesday of every month, I will be returning to the DM seat to bring you a new in-canon campaign called Exalted. It is in the distant past of Blackwater's timeline, and if you think the gods are close in our current campaign, oh, baby, get ready. Tim and I have been expanding the pantheon and world building and lore crafting, and it is all lovingly put into this campaign. We've got Adam and Cody and Len and Becca, and Pond is coming with us too. It's going to be so fun. Potentially one more person joining as well. It's a tier 4 campaign running from levels 16 to 20 and utilizing the adventure modules from the Uncaged Goddesses anthology. I'll be tweaking the adventures to make them fit in our world. It's going to be a very good time. I'm very, very excited. We'll share more about you with these brand new campaigns coming up. We are so excited to continually bring you all of this amazing D&D content. So thank you for loving us along the way. So lastly, whether you're new with us tonight and you've been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely. And thank you for hanging out at our table. Hope you feel super, super welcome here. Brothers, are you ready?
No.
Cody, roll the clip. Roll the clip.
I'll
Roll the
roll.
clip. And we are back. We are back. Hello. We are waiting for Adam here. I think he's just popped into the bathroom, so he will be back. But I will do our recap as we get started here. So, oh, here he comes. I will wait. I will wait to do the recap because it's important that everyone hears it because it's been a month since we've last played. Here we go. Recap time.
Here we go.
In the last chapter of the Brothers Grimm, the penultimate chapter, last session, Luther, Linus, and Austin managed to free Dolores from the clutches of the vision which had been implanted in her head by Lewis, her ex-husband, some 30 years before. Dolores then told them about her life with Lewis and his quest for power centered around the city of Waterford. Their father, Charles, had been a visitor to Waterford and faced off against Lewis, who managed to incapacitate him while telling Charles that Lewis was on the brink of unimaginable power, and Charles didn't even have access to half of the power he could have. After they left Dolores' house and returned to Waterford via the path in the woods, they were surrounded by an inferno of a forest fire, barely escaping with their lives as they headed back to the town proper. We ended the session with a scene showing the Brack enraged at the center of the fire, where our players were able to get a little insight into what they're up against. So you managed to see quite a bit of information with the help of some of our dear viewers at home as well. You gathered 7 pieces of useful information, which, because I am a cool DM, I will remind you of now.
Sick, because I'd forgotten all of it.
I know. So the first, you learned that its legendary resistances were cold, fire, and lightning. Or sorry, its resistances were cold, fire, and lightning. You learned that it did have legendary resistances. What are its types of movement? It has base movement, a fly speed, and a burrowing speed. It has no lair actions. What is its greatest weakness? It can regain health, but it is costly to do so. And it knows that its death leaves a wake of destruction unlike any it could perform in life. What senses does it have? Dark vision, true sight to 120 feet, and passive perception of 20. And it makes 3 attacks every round: a gore attack, a stomp attack, and a thorn attack. So that's what you learned. Right. So we pick up there as the Brack starts to hover off the ground. We're still in the scene where we caught him at the end. We watch his feet lift up, and it extends its hands, seeming to pull some of the flames into itself, surrounding it and bolstering its strength. It flies higher, cresting the canopy in a flash of flame. We switch back to you 3. As you're standing next to the emergency crews, tending to your wounds and watching as the volunteer fire department and half the population of Waterford seek to save their town from the fire right on its doorstep, you hear in your minds,
"Meet me where you first saw the wretched beast and let us be done with this. I will burn the hearts out of you, Brothers Grimm, and send you to the depths of annihilation just like we did your father."
The voice then disappears. You watch a dark shape move out of a flame plume that erupts from the canopy. And you see a dark figure, a speck in the sky, start traveling back towards the road leading into Waterford.
Hey, Luther.
Yeah.
Time to get your fucking gun.
If that thing killed Dad, we're putting it in the ground.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
How close are we to a supermarket?
I will say there's one like a store, like would be a grocery store, like a family-run grocery store in Waterford. It's probably about 8:30 at this point at night, because you got to Dolores's about 7. You were there for actually it's probably closer to 10 at this point, considering the timing. So it will be closed. Okay. You know that Alec Johnson, the boy who works at the auto body shop, his dad's shop, works the grocery stores in the morning hours.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to use what little I have. I think I would go to my van.
Okay.
And I would try to look for if I have a reserve of like some salt or something. I want to see like,
okay,
if I'm thinking, yeah, if Luther's thinking like demon or something, I want to see if I have any supplies that could help because I can't go to the grocery store right now.
Absolutely. Can you roll me an investigation check, please? You can roll it with advantage because it is your car. You know what you would have packed.
15 and a 15.
Investigation. There's a weird audio delay with Twitch.
Yeah, I noticed that we're getting a little bit. It might be the new HD thing. I think my computer's a little hot. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
15 plus 1.
So 16?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully the audio fixes itself shortly. Or is it not great, Adam?
It's just delayed.
How long? Sorry,
no, it's caught up. It's caught up.
We do it live.
Yeah, it's caught up a little bit. I'm seeing it's less than it was before. In the intro, it was worse.
Well, interesting. Okay.
Right.
Well, we'll just keep going. If you're having issues with audio at home, try refreshing your page. Sometimes it's the internets. Adonis gets into the internets and has too much fun. So try refreshing your page to see if it helps. So you got a 16. You find that there is some like rock salt, like outdoor salt, in your car, very caustic stuff that you would know for like driveways and stuff if you're in a place that would be really snowy and you'd want to make sure your car doesn't sink in. There's not a lot, probably like I'd say like 5 cups about. That's about it though.
Okay. Austin, Linus, I don't know if this is probably not enough. It might work for some of us. If things get dire and we're trapped, I think maybe a ring of this stuff might do something. I don't know.
Nope.
It's
Okay.
better safe than sorry. I was hoping we'd have enough to actually like make a circle trap, and then we could complete it after it walked inside. But no, we don't have enough.
I can always just like throw it in his face.
We could also ask Dolores. She runs a diner. She probably has like
A lot
big
of
bags of salt.
salt. Yeah.
That's actually not a bad point. Maybe we could check the diner.
How's that?
Go
Y'all,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, how's everyone like feeling after the whole
Bad.
forest fire
Very
thing?
bad. Did
Yeah.
I'm
we?
doing
heal
all
heavy,
right.
No, we
No.
didn't.
No.
Yeah, I'm like at half.
You got right out of the fire, and this is you standing right there afterwards. I'll have everyone roll me an insight check, please.
Yeah.
Hey, yuck. 13.
Okay, with that. Oh no, it's my intelligence is really low. I feel like I should switch my intelligence to my wisdom. I feel like he's smarter than he is wise. But as it stands, an insight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I get a +5 to that. How the fuck do I get a +5 to that?
Magic.
Oh no, it's because I'm proficient.
And we are level 16, I think, at this
Mhm.
point.
Yeah, we have so much
so-
stuff.
19.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Oh. Bad. 13.
Okay. So with those, Linus and Austin, you have the sense that from the way what you're assuming is the Brack spoke in your head, it was very much of like, we draw pistols at dawn. Like it's going to go there and it's going to wait for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So if you have
We
things
could
to do them now.
Y'all plan for a second. I'm gonna go do something. I'm gonna step away. When I was trimming my beard, a piece of hair has lodged itself between my teeth,
Oh no.
and it's deeply unpleasant. And
Yeah,
I need to
go
figure out
fix
how.
that.
Please
That's
go
I need
good.
to
I
figure out
want
how to
I
get
want
rid
you to
of
like
this.
culture that feeling of unsettling
Yeah.
as we go into the rest of this fight.
Um,
So is there anything that you'd like to do?
I think that checking with Dolores is probably at home crying like a lot. Do you think that she would mind if we just borrowed salt?
Yeah, can we try to break into the diner?
And is it breaking in? I feel like it's like a 24-hour.
It is a 24-hour diner.
So like,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
great.
we just have to like convince them to let us go in the back and take a bunch of cans of their Morton
A
salt.
quantity.
Yeah. I just imagine it's like the salt with the little girl with like the raincoat on it,
Yes.
iodized, like.
The big like industrial bags of salt.
Yeah,
Yes.
is it the industrial? I was thinking just we're walking out with arms full of like the little tube,
The
of,
boxes.
like,
Yeah.
we have
Well,
we have a bunch of packets that we've grabbed from the
Just
tables.
salt packets. Shake 'em out
Would
of
you
the-
like to go? You know that Dolores was at her house when you left,
Mhm.
but she managed to escape on a service road, and there are
That's
volunteer
right.
firefighters who are have surrounded her house and are doing their best to protect them. You hear also the whir of a helicopter overhead,
Okay.
looking to dump water on the fire. So that is imminent. So you can guess that the forest fire will likely be managed in this part of the
Comforting.
woods at this point. Yeah, I mean, forest fire is forest fire. You almost
Yeah.
died in it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you know that Dolores has gotten out to safety.
Okay, that's good. that she's
Okay,
gotten up to
so
safety.
she might even be like crying in the back of the diner. We can
She
check.
very much might
Um,
be.
Well,
I just
yeah.
assume that she's crying regardless because she just had that like eyeball thing pulled up from the back of her.
Yeah,
head.
she's been through a lot recently.
That was a lot.
It's a short,
Mhm.
it's a very small
I mean,
window.
Coming to terms with not only the fact that her partner was abusive, but also
Yeah.
magic, and then like used magic
Yeah.
to put
Lots of
eyeballs in her brain. That's a
highs
lot.
and lows. Yeah,
It's a
eyeballs and
lot.
brain. Free vacation. My
Mhm.
house is maybe gonna burn down. And then,
Free vacation, yeah, like women's retreat. Yay.
That's right. You
Um,
did send her. You were going to send
Sending
her
her
on a
to
cruise.
Alaska.
Yeah,
on
she
an
wants to go
Alaskan
on
cruise.
Alaskan
That's wonderful.
cruise, yeah.
Uh,
So what would you like to do?
let's go check the diner for salt, and then I think sleep would be cool. I feel like my lungs. I feel like the first time I ever tried to hit Austin's vape, but like times 1,000, because I just inhaled so much smoke. Wow. So yeah, let's go do that, and then get some water. Maybe if I could like rinse my lungs out with water, right, that would be great, but that's not possible. So let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. So you head over to the diner going into the Sleepy Elm, and you see there is nobody inside except for one waitress who is sitting there, just kind of waiting. She's like, "Oh, hey, we're not serving at the moment. Everyone is out helping with the fire."
Yeah, absolutely. It's horrible, but
yeah,
thankfully robust fire force here doing their job.
They're well practiced. Yeah. They're well practiced. Yeah, they do drills all the time. Can I help you with anything?
Yeah. I asked a favor of Dolores earlier. I wanted to see if I could. I want to say borrow, but it's not coming back. I wanted to take some salt from you.
Salt.
If you maybe had some like a larger kind of bins in the back, so we'll pay you for it. But
I mean, no, it's fine. If you made the deal with Dolores, then I trust you. Come on in the back. So she takes you into the back, into like a pantry storeroom, and you see just like, oh my god, like a giant, I don't know, a very big bucket of salt with like a big scoop in it.
Right. This. Yeah. Okay.
Like, take as much as you like.
Please, and I grab the bucket.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's good. We got a shipment in a couple days anyway, so that's fine.
You said you're not serving anyone.
So can we leave like her just like can we leave them like some?
Yeah, you're right. Are the shakers full?
Yeah. I've been trying to keep myself busy, so shakers are full, hot sauces are full, everything's full.
Okay, amazing. We'll take care of this. Later.
We'll pay you back.
Yeah, that's totally all right. That's all fine. Are you guys okay?
No.
It's been a very stressful couple of days. But, we'll get through it, and we're resilient, just like this place.
Absolutely. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Do you need some water, first aid? Do you need snacks? And I'm just patting down my khakis.
I ate. John is still in the kitchen. He says that's where he's best. So he's starting to whip up some meals for the firefighters. So I'm going to go back and help him. But
hopefully they like their food bland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the shakers are full. The shakers are full. So
scooting like a 10-foot barrel all across the
So she's like, are y'all going to the hotel or are you going somewhere else?
We're probably gonna go just recoup a little bit. I inhaled such an incredible amount of smoke out there in that forest fire.
Gosh.
I think he did too. So we're gonna recoup a little bit, and then we are going to go see if we can find the cause of the fire. We saw someone who looked like they were lighting the fire.
Gosh.
So we're going to go try and track them. No. They've got enough going on. We're absolutely, this town has done so much for us and our family, and we don't mind helping, but we just got to, scrub the lungs, as the kids say.
You have your keys for the hotel, and if you need anything, she looks
makes a face.
She's like just trying to end the conversation because she does not understand what you're talking about. She's terrified.
I'm slowly scooting the salt out.
Honestly,
slowly.
I feel like I'm just trying to cover as my brother awkwardly just scrapes the salt along the floor.
It's wonderful. So She exits and goes to help John in the kitchen.
Let her go. I don't hold it for much longer.
And you head on in to the Sleepy Elm Motel. Do you go to your rooms?
Can we sleep together in the same room again? I just feel
yes, that
better.
I think we should go.
I believe you guys were in Luther's room last time.
Yeah. We'll have. I'm sure we'll have a couple minutes to prep in the morning. We'll take care of the salt thing. I think everyone should get their own container, and then when the beast
Yeah, that's
lures
great.
in.
Like little Tupperwares.
Yeah. If we all three of us have some, we can circle it.
Ooh.
We'll have way less ground to cover. We can possibly make a full circle when it gets. So we'll
It's
figure
like some
that out.
unnatural stuff, because we can't license the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like on the
Like
TV
super
show,
weird.
Unnatural.
Yeah.
Super weird. Yeah, for sure.
Unnatural,
Okay,
yeah.
absolutely.
Super spooky.
Super spooky.
So
It's my favorite
you-
show. Went on too long.
Absolutely.
So long.
You get hunkered down in Luther's room for the evening. And are you sleeping all at once? Are you sleeping in shifts? Like how do you plan to have your evening? It's about I'd say about 10 at this point.
I think I would wait for Linus to go to sleep, and because there was like lung damage, I would check
Linus
to see
is
if they're
so
breathing.
hurt right now. I think Linus would honestly like try to stay up and then sort of just like
Drift.
collapse, drift. But like that kind of nursing collapse where you're just in a chair, with your chin like on your chest,
Yes.
and your feet on a table. I'll make sure that make sure to text Austin, let him know we're in Luther's room.
Perfect.
With a lot of salt.
With a lot of salt. You have like
There's
a 10.
there's so much salt.
Big old
So
bucket
much
of
salt in there.
So much salt.
Bring Tupperware.
So as you all, Linus falls asleep first. Luther, you watch as he drifts off. Austin falls asleep second, scrolling through his phone and passing out eventually. And Luther, you are the last to fall asleep. And you feel yourself try and stay awake, wanting to take care of your brothers and look over and watch out for them. But as sleep takes you, the exhaustion takes you, I'm going to need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
That checks out.
I'm in hell right now. I just need everyone to know that.
Oh, it's
Can
still
you
in your
not
teeth?
get it out?
It's like a beard bristle, so it's one of those really short, stubby, coarse hairs.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
And it's too short. I was literally rubbing tweezers against my teeth trying to get this fucker
floss?
out.
Oh,
Floss?
not floss?
I tried
Pop it in and
floss.
out?
I
Dang.
tried floss. I tried brushing it out. I tried gargling it out. Nothing works. It's just, it
Have you
lives
tried
there
acid?
now. I'm honestly, I tried,
Yes.
that's why I came back in briefly. I tried tape. I was like, maybe if I tape down and then pull back, it'll like tape to the tape.
Devastating.
It's just
to
in
keep
there.
you. It's to keep you on edge for
Oh,
what
keep
is.
you on edge.
hate.
You
What is
guys
coming
should
this
get
evening?
a plus. You get a +5 because you're next to me on your rolls.
Ooh.
Okay, that is very good then.
Right? That's how that works. Paladin saves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
27.
Amazing.
So 18 plus 4, plus 5 minus 1, 22.
Great.
24.
Amazing. As sleep takes the three of you, you feel your consciousness begin to drift, and you find your minds, even though your bodies are asleep, you find your minds drifting to the first time you saw the beast. That split in the road where you know you will end up meeting the Brack. And in this dream, you collectively together see one of those rifts open. Again, there's no ripping sound. It is softer, more peaceful, calm. As the rift opens, you peer inside, taking a step closer, until you are sitting next to the rift, standing next to the rift, the three of you. Do you go in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk through, feeling a wave, a shock wave ripple through you as you move through the divide between planes. You see an apocalyptic landscape of ashen plains and dark, unending mountain ranges set against a charcoal-colored sky. And you see him. You see the great beast, this gargantuan form walking, Its elongated, emaciated, human-like body, walking on all fours with its whip-like tail behind. Its head, the enormous deer skull, scanning the ground for something of interest. The sound of the anthers then whooshing quickly through the air as it turns. It stops, almost looking in the direction of where you have walked into the rift. It moves in close to you, surprisingly smooth for a creature this large. Your vision feels frozen in spot, like you are supposed to be here, but you are not afraid. There is no fear in you. You hear the gravelly timbre of the creature inside your minds, its eyes looking at you with an unmoving mouth.
One more, brothers. One more till your lost one comes home. While I cannot do anything from here with the Brack until he is weak or dead, you have done so much so far. Your knowledge is deserving. Your work is deserving. You must have questions.
And it looks expectantly towards you.
Are we allowed to
Yeah.
speak?
Is Bigfoot real?
God damn it.
I'll have you make me a persuasion check.
I could have told you that. Yes.
So good at these. Persuasion. Okay. That is a 28.
Jesus Christ.
I do not know the name of the creature called Bigfoot.
Sasquatch,
Yeti.
Yeti.
Many
Abominable
creatures
snowman.
here have names your mouths cannot pronounce.
Cool.
You still
Is the-
doubt the existence of Bigfoot with all we fought?
I just want confirmation, you know?
Is the last one you keep referring to our dad?
Better question. That was a better question. Good job,
Good
Linus.
question.
Thanks. It's a hot
Question.
question.
That is a hot question. Yeah.
There is a moment of recognition as you, Linus, ask that question.
You would be the one to ask. I will tell you a story of two, one in the same. Two halves, their essence lost, escaping into your world, and the ripping of reality caused a schism. Two halves which should have been bonded, shunted through time. One discovered the powers he had and turned to the darkness to try and grow his power. Yours did not discover his power and lived in the light, allowing his gifts to manifest in other ways. A fruitful life, full of things this reality does not have. The Jabberwock wished to siphon the energy from this plane and use it for his own machinations. But he and the light were still bound. That light not allowing the dark to consume or destroy. He tried to kill him, but in doing so, he knew he would die too. So the most he could do was to send him back through the divide to me.
Can we trade them back? One for the other?
Nah, dude, Lewis Carroll's fucking dead.
I don't
You
think he's
slayed the Jabberwock.
Did we kill our dad?
Your dad is not the Jabberwock.
No, I know, but you're saying the Jabberwock wanted to kill our dad, and if he did, he would have killed himself. And we killed the Jabberwock. Did we kill our dad?
The beast pauses to consider a moment.
When you destroy one half of a whole, the other hangs in the balance.
And it looks over its shoulder. About at the top of a mountain peak, you see, it almost looks like a cocoon wreathed in shadow, but with light glowing through it.
Do you have our dad?
The Jabberwock almost destroyed himself to send the light here, where he thought I would destroy him. But the Jabberwock underestimates my foresight. Why would I destroy that which could further my aims if given the choice? I have kept him in stasis. The Jabberwock betrayed the balance.
By killing the Brack, we return balance.
When removing your father was not enough for the Jabberwock to get the power he so desired, he used the 3 he had stolen from me to try to kill you, knowing you hold the power of your father. I was willing to let you draw energy from this plane to end this cycle of power struggling and return the balance to the way it was. Annihilation will come, but the end of all things is nobody's decision but mine.
Cool. Dope,
Okay.
no doubt, for sure. Yeah.
So we kill the last creature, and then I think I'm understanding right. We get the light back, and you take our access to the powers away.
What if you let us keep a little bit of it?
I
just
don't think
like,
that's gonna. I think that's
I just wanna be
greedy.
able to, like, that would be really good for the show. I'm just
I
saying,
feel like greed in the face of a dear
that's
God
not greedy. I'm just saying,
who's
like, you
gonna end the
know.
world. It's probably not.
But if you
Dear
leave,
Austin.
but the thing is, if you leave a little bit of power on our
Austin.
side, we owe you one.
It's
like, we
so
like
rare
what
that I
you're
say
about.
this, but shut the fuck
Austin,
up.
feel the brand on your wrist start to burn slightly.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay.
You annoying him?
The power that lies deep within you, Brothers Grimm. You have rested enough. Go. End this. Hold the gift I have let you borrow for now. Use it to finish the Brack. When it is weak, call to me, Taven, and I will tear open the divide.
Gotcha.
Did you just call me Tfen?
It turns its head regarding you. You look like Austin. But yes, it referred to you as Taven.
Bro, that's fucking weird.
Oh, it's so nerdy. That's great. Okay. And then I want to like grab Austin's like hoodie and like put my hand on like I want to put my hand on Luther's shoulder because I don't feel like I need to like drag, but I just kind of want to like I scruff Austin, even though I'm shorter than him for sure. I reach up and scruff Austin hand on Luther's shoulder and be like, let's go try not to die to the brick. And then I'm gonna like tug backwards and
as you
that
tug
wakes us up.
backwards, the 3 of you sit bolt upright in bed. It is still dark out. I would say the clock says probably about 3 in the morning, but you have had a long rest.
Love that for my
Hey, Luther,
Yeah.
Linus,
Yeah.
gun noise. Let's do this.
Did you bring the Tupperware?
What?
Did you bring the Tupperware? I texted you about Tupperware.
Yeah, did you bring
Oh,
that?
yeah, I have you on silent right now. You've been texting me a lot lately, and I just like.
I don't even text
my
you. I
phone-
literally sent you
We
3
just
texts in the
survived
last
a
48 hours.
fire.
I did tweet a couple of dope videos that I've been taking, like the fire and all that stuff.
Linus could
I
have
was
died
filming
in
a
their
lot of that.
sleep while you're out there. You have it on silent?
Now we
No,
have
no,
to
no, no.
drag
Like
this
my
10
phone's been
pound
kind of
bucket.
my phone's
Austin
been
carries
kind of
the
blowing
bucket.
up lately.
Austin carries the bucket.
What?
You can choose
So-
to move to silent.
What would you like to do, brothers?
Austin's carrying the bucket of salt. And I'm gonna just start like loading
I
up
would-
my
yeah,
pocket
I'd
with
like to
like
see-
components.
Can I search my van again for general supplies and see if I have maybe containers or something I can throw out and like
I
big
will say
gulps
yes.
or something?
I will say yes that there are
Fucking
empty
big
containers. You for sure big gulps, yeah. That you could use to carry quite a decent amount of salt. Obviously, not the giant bucket, unless you're wanting to take the bucket with you. But you could definitely get enough for what you think would be a full circle of salt, if you could pin this creature down.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna go down to Dolores's kitchen because we're in the like inn, right?
You're in the
Yeah.
Sleepy
Mhm.
Elm, yeah. It's about 3 a.m.
And that's not Dolores's house.
No,
I'm gonna try to get down to the kitchen in the Sleepy Elm and see if I can find those big ass Ziploc bags that you do for like freezing large amounts of meat. And I'm gonna rustle around trying to find a
Okay.
Ziploc box.
so you go to the door
Yeah.
of the back of the kitchen from inside the hotel, and it is locked.
Yes, it is locked.
Linus, we have cups. I don't
I don't know
Austin
where
is
he
going
went.
to try and pick the lock, vaguely
Linus,
remembering the one lockpick YouTube tutorial that he saw.
You are
like
absolutely
6
not
years ago.
proficient with this
No,
in the slightest.
absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
And you can roll it at disadvantage, please.
absolutely.
tries to lockpick, fist through the glass.
Got
Just a solid,
it.
just like a metal core door, you know. Like
Actually,
nobody
a
just-
16 and a 14, not bad. That's a 17.
okay,
Like
so
like a paper clip.
knowing that, having the sense that this way into the diner probably passes by the office, not to mention the kitchen, this lock is beyond your skills for picking.
Fine. Fucking didn't even want Ziplocs anyway, and I go back upstairs.
So I'll carry the bucket.
So you know that there is the road which you drove in through, to drive that way. It's about a 15-minute drive from where you first met the beast to Waterford, but there is a giant field next to it that you could probably cut across. If you chose to go that way, it would take you longer to walk down the road, but you could cut across the field if you wish to, or you could cut through the woods on the other side.
Austin has one last solution to the salt problem, and he's like, yo, you
Okay.
two need to look away while I do this though, because and Austin is gonna pull out in his bag a pack of condoms, and he's gonna start filling condoms with salt because condoms can hold a lot of stuff.
You're still.
It's a
you're
survivalist-
still
it's a
dragging
survivalist trip.
10
It's a
pounds of salt, though. You're
Yeah,
just
but it's
putting it in
easier to
less
hold.
convenient
Yeah, it's easy to hold.
packaging.
No,
No,
you
they're
don't have to take the
moved.
whole bucket.
No, it's not gonna be easier to hold.
Yeah, because you
They're
tie it off. You tie it
moved.
off, and then you cut the bottom, and you make a nice little, like with those cakes, the way you ice cakes, you
Oh.
can make a nice circle.
Okay.
Poor Emma's like, this,
No,
this is
no.
shenanigans.
It's a
No, it's
survivalist
fine.
trip. If
more
you're going on a
shenanigans-
big hike, take condoms with you because you can fill them with water. Take lubeless condoms, and you can fill them with water. It's a survivalist trick.
It's
Not a
in my
lot of
heart of
water.
hearts. I know that you're faffing about because you're scared.
No,
of
I
the fight.
genuinely think Austin would have a big old box of condoms that he would fill with salt.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have you make a dexterity check for me. Let's just try and get a sense of how many condoms you fill up with salt.
Okay, I got a 19.
Yeah, you fill a decent amount of I would say you fill probably I don't know, like half the box of condoms
Six
before
Yeah.
before your brothers are like, okay, let's fucking go already.
I'm sticking to my big gulp.
So we have a big gulp. We have like probably 3 or 4 condoms full of salt. Linus, just humor me. What are you using to carry your salt?
I would just be using a big gulp, like
Yeah.
Luther.
Yeah.
Like I
2
would
big
have
gulps
pilfered a
and
big gulp.
some condoms. I love that.
Not a
I love
condom.
that. So on brand.
Just
So
looking back at Austin like you were weird.
which way would you like to
They're
get
slimy.
to the road? Did you want to go through the field or down the road itself?
So I'll be honest with you guys, the field makes me a little bit nervous because I feel like it's fire season.
But
The
also
fire
think
is on the
we
other
can-
side of town.
We can get
Right, but
we
like
can get
it
a
could light
top-down-
it.
We can get a top-down look onto the road from there.
Okay, that's fair.
But-
okay,
Well,
all
I
right.
don't know if there's elevation actually. I know.
It's a little
Yeah,
more
you
like
would.
dope cowboy Wild West style to just like fucking down that road.
Dragging condoms full of salt with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what they did in the Wild West.
Yeah,
You're,
ye-
you're
yeah.
spot,
Ruins
you're
your
spot
aesthetic.
on.
Yeah. I know how to be cool.
Yeehaw!
So where are we going?
I say we get some perspective and go through the field probably, and then pop on down. I mean, we could also like punch our mics and walk through tandem, and Austin can drag his salt
Yeah,
filled.
go on. I think we can pre-set up the trap in the field,
Think so?
like an incomplete circle of salt, and we can drag it.
Does it have to be? It said specifically where this began, though, so I'm worried that
Oh,
that's
you're
like a
not wrong.
dimensional rift,
Mm,
kind of.
Yeah.
What if we don't like if we have to meet it, we can't make a salt circle. We just fling these at it and they burst. All sorts of like salt goes everywhere.
Condom
know?
salt grenades. Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt grenades.
Mhm.
Yeehaw,
You saw
let's
that
go
on
down the
YouTube,
road.
didn't you? You were watching
Yeah.
the YouTubes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a survivalist
So
trick. If
many
you go
YouTubes.
anywhere, you got to take condoms with you because you can fill them with water.
Field or road, boys. Field or
You
road.
see Linus just like struggling to keep a straight face. Let's go road, guys.
Yeah,
let's
road,
let's
road.
just cowboy it up.
Yeah.
Austin wants to cowboy it
Yeehaw.
up real bad, so
Luther, you got your gun?
Condoms.
yeah, I always have my gun.
Sick.
You
So
have
taking
remote
the
control?
longer path. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I pull out my gun with the remote control stuck in the magazine. I'm like, yeah.
I pull out
So-
one of my little sippy waters.
So taking the longer route down the road, you leave the kind of town of Waterford proper and you walk. The night has gotten quite gloomy. A mist has rolled in, which you're assuming means that there is moisture in the air, which is good considering the fire that they are trying to put out. A fog hangs down this section of the road. And as you walk through it, you feel a chill. It is cold, and it wasn't cold in Waterford, not like this. What's everyone's passive perception?
Ooh.
20.
17.
Okay.
9.
Okay. So
That makes
Linus,
sense.
you notice that as you walk down the road, there is a deer following you,
Oh god.
probably about, I'd say 20 to 30 paces behind you. There's a deer probably at your like 4 o'clock.
I'm gonna do a little hop skip on up to Luther. And I'm gonna say, hey, animals, right?
Yeah. So like of animals? Yeah.
You're good with them, kind of. You be around them a lot more than me. There's a deer following us.
I turn around to look at it.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. This is the first time you see this deer. You didn't hear it walking behind you silently through the underbrush, the leaves on the ground, moving so deftly in this environment. Looking a little closer, you see a large buck with wildly branching and interlocking horns. A plated pattern, almost, that kind of curves up and around. You've seen large anthers, but these are different. They are black and smooth. They look like they've been polished. And this creature has a long tail, too long for a normal deer. But the tail is held aloft, and it moves of its own accord in a swaying pattern.
Can I hold my rifle up, and I want to see if I can use the scope to get a look at its eyes?
Yeah, absolutely. The deer's eyes are tuned directly on you, the three of you. Its eyes are black and featureless, no pupil. And it has not one pair, but three.
Seeing Luther like raise his gun, I'm gonna raise one of my condom grenades and just be like, just give it a signal.
Luther, looking down your scope, you train it down the body, which looks akin to a normal buck. And you settle on the tail. It's a snake. Sniffing the air and then nudging in your direction, seemingly guiding the deer towards you. No hissing, nothing menacing, just to follow you. As you turn and scope your rifle at it, it stops.
Are you the deer god? I just shout at it.
I'll have you make an animal handling check.
Okay.
The deer god? Yeah, bro, what's up? Hey, dude!
Saw it.
Oh, saw!
Oh, 6.
Cocks its head and looks at you. And you hear I can only describe it as a chittering. It seems like language, but in something you don't understand. Seems like you see just one, but you hear multiple voices.
Oh.
Would it happen to be abyssal or infernal?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's fine for now. I think the Brack wanted to hurt us. So, if that's it, it's doing a bad job.
I'm just gonna be like, "Are you the Brack?"
As you say the Brack, the creature's head moves up, turning to look to you. I'll have you make me a persuasion check, please.
Sweet. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go 19.
You hear it in your head.
Great. Love
We
that.
smelled you. We are here to watch. We will not help, nor hinder. There is great power here. We have been here before and will be here after.
At that, you hear more chittering, and you watch as a group of about 18 come out, popping their heads off of the side of the road. You didn't see them at all. Just this one that seems like it wanted to be seen.
Dear God.
I'm gonna start flinging salt at these deer freaks.
You hear the chittering intensify, and then it stops suddenly. 3 of these deer creatures step forward and align themselves with the pattern of where you're standing.
Ooh.
One tawny with a snake of gold and green and black. One charcoal with white and silver with the snake. And the other a chestnut brown with red and yellow. You hear a different voice. Each of you hear 3 voices, but one of those voices to each of you stands out. Different ones. Linus, you hear the voice to be coming from the charcoal deer, Austin the tawny, and Luther the chestnut.
We grow restless with the presence of the Brack. It spoils the way line. Produces so much damage. Pollutes our food. We will help you. We will help.
You hear the chittering again rise to this almost aggressive, cacophonous level, not directed at you, but seemingly towards the three. Your deer look towards you again.
They do not believe you will live. And they have come to feast on the magic you leave behind.
Oh.
We wish to help you set the balance right. The balance set by the Void Father. We wish to honor him.
Can I just make an insight check, guys?
Absolutely, please do.
Cool.
Yo, for real, if one of these deers come near me, I'm gonna punch it in the head. I am
You can-
spooked right now.
Hear them
Oh, they're
talking.
here to help.
Yeah, but like, are they?
Also, Melanizame, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you.
Raid.
Thank you.
29. I just want to like, are they not necessarily lie detector, but like, are they like gonna turn on us and like?
So you're looking for any sense that they're going to attempt to help the
Yeah.
Brack rather than help you, as
Well,
they've said.
no, like you know,
Opportunistic, like if we start losing, do
Ah,
they switch?
okay.
yeah, like you know how like the wounded you don't survive kind of turn on the wounded, and
Right.
that's
Okay.
what I'm looking for, like
Great.
that predatory sense, because I
Right.
definitely get the sense that they're predators. I just
You see no and feel no inclination. The deer that you have each spoken to, that has spoken to you in your head, sounds genuine. That it genuinely wants to help you. The chittering that you heard in a language that you don't understand sounds, with an insight check, it sounds like it is trying to warn the deer. And based on what it says, that these other deer don't believe that you will live. The other deer have come as scavengers. They have come to
Gotcha.
feast on the magic, as they have said. But
Cool,
these
cool, cool,
deer,
cool, cool.
they don't seem to hold the same nature to be bystanders as the rest of their herd.
I trust them, and I'm just gonna immediately walk forward, like slowly,
Fuck. No.
but like with my hand out, and I'll just take like 3 steps forward with my hand out towards the charcoal one.
Luther, what do we do if Linus gets eaten right now?
You can roll me an animal handling check with advantage, please.
Listen, it's either we get eaten now, we get eaten later. It's fine.
Thank God for advantage. 18.
This creature walks towards you. Your charcoal deer walks towards you. And each of its pair of eyes regards you, looking you up and down. It does a circle around you. And as you extend its hand, as it walks past you, the silver and white snake reaches up towards your hand, slithering up, wrapping around. And you feel a warmth.
Oh, it's like an avatar horse.
And you get 6 temporary hit points.
Ooh. I love this creature so much. I will
What's
die
your-
for it.
What's your name, friend?
Do you say that to yours?
We are a herd. We have no names. I will tell you what we are called. Do you not know?
I would love to know.
We are called Kadir.
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 Well,
I would die for you. I say that out loud, my dear.
well, it's very nice to
We
meet
hope you do not die today.
We also hope that my name is Luther.
Linus.
I'm gonna name you Austin too, or
Fucking-
Austin Jr. That cool?
You see yours regard you, and you see the snake go.
Yeah, snake 5.
As you hold your hand out,
Yeah.
it comes up to your hand, circles around, and you get 10 temporary hit points.
I'll be like, let me add those before I forget. I'll be like, no, here, I'll show you. And I'll be like, fast, like you got like
Don't
this.
smack
Like,
the snake.
well, it can be your hoof, it can be your snake. I don't.
You can make me an animal handling check.
Linus, do
to
you
see
still
if
have
this-
do you still have any fruit snakes?
And-
Oh.
It doesn't seem to understand what you want.
I'll very cautiously like start pulling like, and when he says fruit snacks, I hope you know I mean like it means like fresh fruit in a bag. Like I don't carry like the kid fruit snacks. I've
At
got, like,
the
freeze-dried
smell
fruit.
of food, the 3 start making their way over towards you, Linus, drawn away from Luther and Austin. And you see all the other Kadir on the sidelines, just like they're eyeing up your food. They seem
Yo,
very hesitant
Linus?
to
Oh,
engage.
it's like bread to ducks.
Oh boy.
Can I
Here,
get some of that?
Austin,
Just toss it.
you
Just
guys-
toss it.
here,
Just toss that. They
I'll
look
just-
like they're about to come at
I'm-
you.
I'm gonna like pop open the bag and I'll like toss a couple freeze-dried strawberries, you know, and like try and like
You hear
towards
an
Luther.
offering, and you see like a couple of them in the background move forward and start munching, and you just hear this like crunching sound on the fruit. They seem
I try
pleased as
to-
punch.
I try to feed mine a Slim Jim and pork rinds
Okay,
because I don't want it eating fruit like a loser.
you hold that on your hand. You watch as the Kadir that are around the Kadir eat the fruit. The Kadir walks past your hand, and the snake slithers on and chokes down.
I'm gonna call you Austin Jr. and I'm gonna call the deer part Linus.
Fuck you.
I'll look through my pockets, see if I have like a half-eaten PB&J or something, a couple days old.
Yeah, I would say you probably do in your coat, one of your coat, many coat pockets.
I'll see
Ugh.
which
You
part
take
deer or
food
snake
out.
wants the sandwich.
You see your Kadir, chestnut brown, come across you, and it smells the sandwich for a moment, and it looks up at you with its eyes convey a desire to impress, wanting to bond,
Oh, you don't.
and it eats
Oh.
the sandwich.
Hopefully you lack that, and I'll hold my hand out for the snake thing.
The deer part eats the sandwich.
Yes.
We don't have time for this. I really want to Postmates a Hawaiian pizza because I want to see which, because it's like meat and fruit. I just want to see which end it's down on the Hawaiian pizza. Maybe they both like it.
As the snake wraps around your arm, Luther, you notice that the colors red and gold and yellow of your snake, that's a very familiar gold. It's the same golden glow you saw of your dad. And you get 14 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
We will
Kadir.
wait. We will help. We will help.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, brothers. Good luck.
Don't put yourself in danger. Well, got
We were
this.
here before, and we will be here after.
Can I kiss your forehead?
Your Kadir bends down, leans its head forward.
I just very gently like put my hands on either side of its 3 sets of eyes, and like just between the two, I'll just like
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
fuck.
Suck
Fair.
it, deer kisser.
22.
What is a moment in your life that you are not proud of?
Probably that one time that I cheated on some of my final exams to make it through nursing school.
What did you do to cheat?
I snuck in cards with all of the answers that I didn't know, and I kept them under my desk and shuffled through them. That's Linus is a very mild-mannered child.
Did you ever tell anybody about it?
Never.
As you kiss the deer on the forehead, this moment flashes in your mind, and you hear the voice of your Kadir.
Do not hold shame for this. You did it because you wished to help. We see that, we know.
And you snap out of it.
Wait, Linus, we have to kiss our deer. Mwah.
No, you don't have to. It's
Already
okay.
have.
Do you... Okay, you can make me a wisdom saving throw then.
You don't
please.
ask, you just bum
Like,
rush your deer.
Straight up crying at this
6.
point. Just like,
Plus Luther's 5, so 11.
The deer fur is a bit stinky,
Well,
but you kiss it and it seems quite pleased.
I do want to say there's no moment in Austin's life where he
he's-
feels shame.
Mm-hmm. Who knows if that would have been your question, though?
But I just need to establish that. There is no moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at the snake, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I can handle any more emotional trauma today, but I'm sending you love too, little buddy. And I'll like kiss and like pat the snake tail on the top of the head with my kiss fingers, and then very quickly turn and start walking down the road.
As you see this creature, how well read is Austin? What does or sorry, not Austin, Linus. Does Linus read like poetry or literature or
I
anything
would
from
say
history?
Linus probably reads quite a bit, but like it would be like history and probably more than they care to admit about cryptids because they
Cool.
wouldn't be like Luther so much.
I'll have you make me a history check then with advantage.
Ooh, okay. 2 flat dice. Both of them are 4s. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Oh.
the dungeon
Hello,
run.
dungeon
Run.
runners.
Hey.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Welcome
Thank
in,
you
folks.
so
Thank you
much.
so
On in.
much. Wow. I just want to take a huge moment to thank you so much for coming in. I have been a fan of the dungeon run for years. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. This is awesome. I hope you
Yeah,
had a wonderful
wow.
stream from Fate and Fortune. Hello, everyone. Oh,
Welcome
big
in.
thank you.
On some Brothers Grimm.
We are Blackwater D&D. Tonight we are streaming a fairy tale inspired adventure called the Brothers Grimm. This is our campaign finale, and these 3 brothers are going to fight a monstrous creature that has potentially stolen their dad. So I'm really excited. Please stick around. Join us for the fun. You are in for a treat. Thank you so
Wow.
much from the
Wow.
bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome
thank
in,
you.
folks. Welcome
Thank
in.
you.
Okay. So I'm gonna. What was your history check?
It's 4.
4 with advantage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's both 4s.
Okay.
Rip.
You vaguely have something like noodle around in your brain that there are beings or things in literature that take emotions away from people and assuage them, but that's about all you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Myself and therefore Austin assumed that these friends were mounts, and so Austin will attempt to climb upon the back of his freak deer because I was just like, yeah, let's ride these dudes into battle, and Austin probably had the same thought, so I do try to get up on its back.
It's a deer.
You hear it speak in your mind.
We are better help if we stand aside. We
Ugh,
will not last the Brack.
fine.
Oh my god.
I've always wanted to ride a deer.
You asked the deer god that will end the world if Bigfoot was real, and then you just tried to ride this beautiful creature who brought us good luck.
Yeah.
You need to learn.
Listen,
how to
I have a
respect
friend, his
nature,
name is-
Austin.
Yeah, but I have a friend, his name is Reckless Rudy, and he rode a deer, and he said it was fucking sick, and I just wanted to like I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to
They're
experience
not
that.
load-bearing animals,
Yeah,
and
deer
like
are
all
not
of this
like
as I'm
big.
walking.
It was an elk.
away.
It was an
As
elk.
you-
Like,
He
As
got
you
he got pretty mushed up by it later though. He like a bunch of broken bones.
As you leave your three Kadir standing in the road, they keep pace with you again, about 30 feet behind you. And as you walk up the street, it gets much colder. Your Kadir branch off the street, and there is a moment where you cannot see them anymore. And there, you can't miss him. 150 feet away from you, standing in the center, you see its eyes first. A glow, a bright, burning orange amongst the black and blue and green of this early, early morning. It stands at its full height, somewhere between 12 and 15 feet tall, 4 horns extended up from its goat-like face. You see its arms, 2 extended outward and 2 dragging down almost a couple inches above its knees. The center of its chest glows equally bright, a roaring inferno in the cavity of its ribs, which distend out in front of it, akin to armor. Large feet clawed equally to the hands that now carries the creature forward as it breaks into a run towards you. You hear the roar, guttural, starting in the low of its chest and moving outward into a sound around you as our fight with the Brack commences. Let's roll initiative.
Do we have to?
do we have to?
Yeah.
So you're going to give me your initiative rolls, and then we're going to talk about a mechanic that I have for this fight as well.
What if we don't though?
What if we don't?
What if we just all go home and just have a nice time?
What if you just give us our dad back? That's
It's
cool
just-
too.
Let us cry about it later.
That's super cool and fun, I think.
All right, what do we got for initiative? 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Oh no.
Oh, no. 15 to 10.
13. Fucking step it up, brothers.
I have a plus 0.
Let's say 10 to 5.
5.
7.
Okay.
We're dead. We're gonna fucking die.
No, there's only one Brack. It's fine.
There's 3 of us, and we have the
All right.
Kadir.
We have
For
Kadir.
the 3 of you, I'm also going to have you roll me a D100, please.
Ooh.
This is where we die.
Fancy.
Wait, do I use my gold D100 or my silver D100?
Gold.
Always.
Gold. All right.
Silver and
I'm gonna roll the gold one, and we're gonna take the result of the gold one, but I'm gonna also roll the silver one just to see if you were wrong.
Okay, that's fair.
Goes well. Silver was 33, gold 76.
Okay.
I don't know what we're rolling for.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
So-
Right?
83.
Okay.
78.
Okay. So what I need you
Dang.
to do, what I need you to do now is I need you to take the smaller portion. Imagine that the D100 is 2 portions split. The number you have as a larger chunk and the smaller chunk. So say, for example, you have you roll a 21. It would be a 21. But if you roll a 68, the number you're going to give me is 32. So whatever is the smaller chunk that would make up
Gotcha.
100. So what are
so
those
the
numbers?
closer we were to 50, the better.
Yes.
Oh, so I did the
Oh.
best.
So I
What
need
is your
to-
number?
So I need to cut my number in half.
No. The gap between the number you rolled and 100. What is that number?
Oh, okay. Got it.
And what is the smaller of those 2 values? technically?
32.
32. Thank you.
20. Wait,
17? I don't understand.
32? You rolled
What's
a
your number?
78.
Isn't
Tell me your
78
number.
plus 32 100?
It's 28, actually.
20.
Oh, shit,
22.
I did bad math. 28.
22.
22
bad.
then.
Mine was 24. That's
22.
why I was confused because
Thank
like
you.
I got 24. You got
I did
What?
bad.
And
17.
17. Fantastic. So your Kadir are very, very helpful creatures. They told you that they feast on magic. So what I'm going to have you do is every time a spell is cast and it misses, you are going to roll me a D100. If that number is below the number that you have rolled, that's very good for you.
Ooh.
And we will see what happens if that occurs. Make sense?
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Num,
So
num, num, num.
the Brack up first. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I have been
no.
so
We're fucked.
ready
Oh,
for this.
But it's like far away.
It is. You
Ish.
watch as it takes a full dash towards
Love
you.
that for us.
So, and it is also going to take one other action and expend one of its legendary actions. No, actually, it can't do that on this turn, but it is going to take a full dash towards you. So it's bridging the gap. It is now, I would say, probably 50 feet from you
No, it's too
and will
close.
crest you next turn.
It's too close.
Austin, what would you like to do? It is at a full run
Yeah.
at this point on all fours.
Sick. As a bonus action, straight off the bat, we're going hard. Wait, let me see what the. Sorry. That is also a bonus action. So we're gonna do this thing first because it's dope as hell. Bonus action. I want to look at the Brack. I'm like, you don't look so tough. Gun sound. And I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Blade of Disaster.
Oh boy, what
which is
does
my
Blade of
9th
Disaster
level
do?
spell. It summons a blade-shaped planar rift about 3 feet long in an unoccupied space I can see within range. So I'm going to put it right in front of the Brack. The blade lasts for the duration, which is a minute. When you cast a spell, you can make 2 melee spell attacks with the blade, each one against a creature, loose object, or structure. On a hit, it takes 4d12 force damage, and if it scores a critical on an 18 or higher, it does 12d12 instead. And then as a
Okay.
bonus action, I can move the blade and make it attack twice again.
Amazing.
It is such a spicy spell.
That's right,
because
and
it's
you
a
guys
9th
are level
spell. We get to
17
fucking
now.
throw those bad lads around.
You are
So,
level
yeah, I'm gonna-
17.
Oh shoot.
I didn't know that. Quickly
I'm
leveling
gonna-
up.
Yeah. I'm gonna make those 2 attacks off the
Go
top
for
as my
it.
bonus action.
Amazing.
That is a plus 11 to hit, so a dirty 20 and a 28.
Okay, the dirty 20 just hits,
Woo!
and the 28 hits as well. Roll damage.
And that's a 17, not an 18, so I don't unfortunately get.
And what does the
great.
blade look like? Describe me the color. Describe
It
me
is
like how it cuts through the air.
as I say gun noise, there's like a sound as like the air rips open and
Yes.
a exact replica of the sword that is on Luther's back swings down.
This
but
is your
on-
version of a Vorpal sword. This is
but
your
on-
Vorpal sword.
Yeah, but on the sword is the 3 brothers, Austin in the middle, Luther on one side, kind of like looking off like to the side, and Linus kind of standing to the side with Austin in the middle, like laughing with his
Sweet.
arms hanging around their shoulders, emblazed into the sword as it swings down.
Wonderful. Roll me that
All right.
damage.
I'm gonna roll 8d12, which I'm just gonna do on D&D Beyond because it's so many dice and I don't have that many d12s. Oh, that's so many ones. Sick. All right, the next one.
Legit.
Oh, that's so many 10s. Sick. So across 8d12, I got 40 points of force damage. And that was my
Amazing.
bonus action.
So as these blades rip through the air, you hear this ripping sound akin to what happens when the great beast rips through the air, and these blades cut up the side of the Brack, hitting its face and viscera and its body, both flesh and wood. And you hear a splintering sound as you see pieces fly off. You see an arm, one of the arms, take a massive hit, kind of dangling now, but still attached. That hurt a lot.
And then I'm going to point my handgun that doesn't have
Yes.
any bullets and it just has a
Mhm.
remote control, but I'm going to channel my magic into the remote control.
Yes.
And as I pull the trigger, you hear, "Don't forget to like and subscribe," as
I
told.
hate it
So it needs to
so
make a
much.
wisdom save.
No,
A
you
wisdom
can't
save.
do that.
All right. A wisdom save. That's a natural 20 for a 30.
100% succeeds. I do no damage, I don't think.
You watch as
Yeah,
it
if it saves it, I
sees
don't do it.
you point with the gun, and you could swear, even from this distance, you hear it laugh.
I don't think it's gonna like and subscribe.
All right. Luther, it is your turn.
He's not gonna like and subscribe.
He's not gonna like it. Subscribe.
He's never gonna like and subscribe. Okay. Okay.
And Linus, you are on deck.
Perfect.
It's 50 feet away.
It is. And going to be gaining on you very soon.
Yes. Okay. I imagine.
I will move 30 feet forward as well.
Towards it?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna move 30 feet towards it.
Fantastic.
So I don't have to. Hopefully, so I don't have to cast this again. No, I will have to move it maybe. Okay. As I'll run up, it's nighttime still, right? Or like the moon
It is,
high?
yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to reach up towards the moon, and I'm gonna help me out here, Dad. As I'm going to try and like move my hand and like gather the light and bring it down in front of me on top of the Brack. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
Amazing.
4th level.
Amazing. Luther, as you look up at the moon, your memory shifts back to a night. Maybe you were about 8 years old. It was just before your mom was about to give birth to Linus. Your dad took you up on the roof. You sat, trying not to slide. He grabbed you a couple times. And you sat and you looked at the moon together. And he said, "Things are going to be a bit different now, son.
Yeah.
But you know I love you."
Yeah. I love you too, Dad.
And with the emotion welling in your chest, it is as if you grab a piece of the moon itself, pulling it down and slamming it in front of the Brack. Is that a save for me, or is that you doing damage?
It's a con save, 19.
All right. Oh boy. That is going to be a 24.
Dang. Unfortunately, it makes it. It is going to take half of 2d10 then.
Okay. Roll it up.
Oh, no. I cast it at 4th level. Half of 4d10.
Fantastic. Lay it on me.
7, 5, 12, 18. Half of 25.
We'll round that up to 13. Yeah.
Okay. 13 radiant damage.
Amazing. So you see as the moonbeam hits the Brack, as it tries to dodge around it, fortifying itself as it begins to crest into this place, you see the wood start to sizzle. Not a forest flame or an orange burning flame, but a white hot flame. And the scream, the yell deepens for the Brack. It did not like that one bit. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Let me check my bonus actions really quick, but I think that's basically that's all I got. Okay, so that was my movement and my action. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Wonderful. Linus, you're up.
I'm within 30 feet of both of my siblings at this point, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Seeing them both run towards this giant, terrifying goat, deer, monster, fire, demon with big arms.
Yes.
Many.
Big, scary creature.
Many
I have been
arms.
taunting with you for weeks.
Too many teeth. I'm going to take a step forward.
Yeah.
And I'm going to like feel very silly when I do it, but I'm gonna be like, I gotta keep him safe, and I'm gonna just like throw my arms out, and when I do, I'm gonna cast Holy Aura.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so there is a material cost associated with Holy Aura.
Yeah, so
What do you have on you? What is your
have-
reliquary?
I feel like it would probably be the shield that my brother got me, because that's the most, like, it's one of the most meaningful gifts, even though I like make jokes about it, like the fact that he got me a shield that's a perfect replica, like, of my D&D character's shield.
Absolutely.
So I will sacrifice my shield to do that.
As
I feel like it's worth 1,000 gold pieces.
he probably spent at
a
least.
lot
Oh
of
yeah,
money
no.
on
He
It
spent
was
too much money on it.
He found places that could do it just as good for less money, but he was like, "What? Why would I do that?"
He spent
more money
way more
means
money
more
on it
quality.
than he should have. So as you bring your shield out and around, it begins to glow. And yes, holy aura does go off. So what does holy aura do for the folks at home?
Wonderful. Divine light washes out from you and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around you. Creatures of your choice in that radius, when you cast this spell, will now shed dim light in a 5-foot radius and have advantage on all saving throws. And other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them until the spell ends. In addition, when a fiend or an undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes with a brilliant light, and the attacker must succeed on a Constitution saving throw DC 19 or be blinded until the spell ends. I know this creature has true sight,
Yes.
but the disadvantage on attacks when it can attack 3 times while my brothers are all up in its grill. I would also like to include myself in that.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
no thing saying that I can't.
You absolutely can use
Cool.
holy aura on yourself, and you would know based on the notes that your dad left in his D&D campaign notes that this creature is indeed fiendish, or has some aspect of fiendish ancestry.
Vandba. I
That's
love
incredible.
that for us. So I will, yes, that's my 8th level spell slot as I just try and keep my brothers safe. So you guys both have advantage on all saving throws until I lose concentration on the spell.
And yes, you are concentrating.
Yes, yeah, I am focused.
So focused.
So
Okay.
focused.
So we are. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That is all I can do.
Amazing. So we are back to the top of the round. The Brack charges forward 40 feet. And it is a barrage of thorns that spray out from the crown of its head. Who's in front? Would be Austin, right?
Luther
Austin
and I
and
moved
Luther?
up the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be probably.
Well, let's roll a d20 here and see who that hits. Okay. So Austin, that is coming towards you.
Thick.
That is going to be. That's going to be a 30 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
That was with disadvantage.
Oh, that's with disadvantage.
Oh.
That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay,
you
it
know,
was worth a
only
shot.
Only a 26.
Oh, you're lucky. I rolled a lot of ones. That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage as it hits you with a bunch of thorns piercing you into your hoodie and your jacket around you. It is then, because it has bridged the gap, going to use its gore attack against Luther as it sprays the thorns from one side. It is going to attempt to gore Luther with one of its horns.
I'm gonna make a concentration check at advantage because Warcaster.
That is going to be a 33 to hit.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Good thing
Yeah,
I rolled with
That'll
advantage.
just, just do it.
it just hits, right?
Yeah. It'll just hit.
All right. Okay, so that is going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and it is going to bring one of its feet around and attempt to kick you as well with its stomp attack.
Okay.
Oh, that's with disadvantage, right, DM?
And that is with disadvantage as well. And that is also going to be a 26
Yeah,
to
for
hit.
sure. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Okay, that is going to be 10 and 8. That is going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage as well. as you see it then rear up and back, and you see the hollow of its goat-like eyes and the roar that comes out of its mouth. This creature the Brack is up in your business, and it's ready to party. And that is its turn. Austin, you're on deck.
I'm going to wrench my hand forward, and the blade is going to slide through the air. We're going to do the blade first.
Yes.
So 2 attacks with the blade. Okay. That is a 15 and not a 15, a 26 and a natural 3 for a 14. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to use Seeking spell.
Ooh.
If I miss an attack with a spell, I can spend 2 sorcery points to reroll the d20. Natural fucking 20.
Hey, we love that. Congratulations. Yes.
And that was on the silver dice. It's usually the gold
love
dice that runs me. Okay, which means I'm going to have to roll. Oh, no.
So many dice.
So many dice. 16 d12.
So many dice.
Oh, sorry. On the Brack's turn,
yes.
Did it attack us from distance, or did it move out of the moonbeam? It moved out of it, I assume, to close distance?
Yes, it did move out of it to close.
Okay.
Pardon me, to close distance towards you.
Got it.
Okay.
So many dice for you.
So many dice.
Luther, you are on deck.
Okay, and then we're going to roll the 4 for the other one that hit.
Thank you to all of you sticking around for this big, juicy battle. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
with my bonus action, I do 92 points of force damage.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And then as my action, because it's not cast, I'm
92?
already 92.
Yeah.
Because it was 12d12 plus
Hey,
4d12.
let's party. Hello.
I'm going to cast a 5th level guiding bolt.
Okay.
Which is also at a plus 11. That is a 16, so 27.
That hits.
And then we're going to do 4d10. 4d10
All right, so
of
turns
radiant
out
damage.
level 17 sorcerer, pretty good.
Yeah,
Very good. Level 17 is a fun time.
26 points of radiant damage, and the next attack against it has advantage.
Amazing.
As again with his gun, he goes, "Make sure to ring that notification bell." And a beam of golden light
As
slams into the side.
the
Cringe.
blade comes forward, it slices the creature, the Brack, in such a way that you cleave one of its horns off.
Sick.
It completely cleans, and you watch as it reels back. The blades swooping out and up and forward as it moves its head around and on to hit whoever it's going to hit on its next turn. You see this black ichor pouring from the wound, almost as if the horn was broken off with the intense amount of damage that hit it, and it is now glowing, hitting from the guiding bolt as well that hits it square in the chest, lighting up its ribcage.
Having tested it out, I think this might be Finn's 9th level spell.
Later
Later just asked the fucking rips, dude.
You better talk to Tim about that. So that is going to be, and then Austin, it is your turn. Or sorry, Austin, it's your turn already. Then Luther, you are up next.
Okay. It is in my grill. How is it looking?
Yeah. It's taking some
Great.
hits. It looks pissed off.
That's
Looks
so
mad.
tasty.
Looks so mad at you. It is and like in all seriousness, it is, you've heard the rage and you've heard the anger directed towards you when it spoke to you before in your minds. This creature wants one thing. It wants you dead.
That makes a lot of sense.
And actually, before you take your turn, in retribution, Austin, it is going to use a legendary action to kick you square in the chest.
with
Yeah, that
disadvantage.
makes sense.
I'm gonna be so annoying about that.
I love it. No, please.
It reminds me of-
annoying at all.
Pond, did you ever play Magic the Gathering?
yeah.
Yeah, like whenever you have like an effect card and you're like, are you going to pay 2? Are you going to pay 2? Are you going to
It's
pay
gonna
2?
be-
Like,
It's going to be a 26 to hit you. with disadvantage.
absolutely. Yeah.
Also, if it crits, please let me know.
Yeah, I will. I know you guys.
Oh,
Grave, as a
cleric.
grave cleric main, recognize grave cleric main.
Thank you.
7, 14, 20
For no reason,
and
just let me know.
25 points of bludgeoning damage as it kicks
Hell
you square
yeah.
in the chest.
All right, so half of that is 12. I just need to beat a 12 with a concentration check. With advantage, Warcaster. Ooh, this advantage has been saving me a few times, but we're fine. I've got Blade of Disaster still up.
Great. All right. Luther, it is now your turn.
Okay, I rolled a 3 on my concentration, so that
Moonbeam is gone. Okay.
Moonbeam is gone.
Did you roll that with advantage because it's a saving throw?
I did not.
Yo, that's sick.
All
is
saving
a-
throws.
Also, because it is technically a saving throw, you do add your paladin aura to it.
Yes.
To myself?
Yeah. So
Oh, then that's a
because it's a concentration check is
Yeah.
a Constitution saving throw. So you just add your Constitution.
Correct,
then that's
saving throw bonus.
22, which is great.
Yeah,
'cause the
you're-
most damage I took was 18.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So I just beat it. Okay, so Moonbeam is still up. I'm not going to move it this turn. This turn, I am going to take my Vorpal Greatsword and
Yeah.
swing twice and see.
Light it up.
See what happens.
You have advantage on the first swing.
First swing is a. Oh, damn, so close. It's a 19, so it's a 30.
That
Ooh,
hits.
yeah,
Roll
baby.
damage.
Amazing. Okay.
Love.
Wait. Does Vorpal swords have a different crit range, or is it just on a 20 you
Just on
decapitate
a
them?
20.
I think it's just on 20.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I am going to add a smite to that.
Oh, please.
smite
Smite
away.
this beautiful Brack. Please do it.
That is so it's 2 originally and then up charged, right? So I'll do it at 3rd level, so that's 4.
Amazing.
Yeah, okay. That's
Linus, you are on deck.
so many dice. Okay. 8 and 3 is 11.
Yeah.
And then 7 plus 5 is
12.
12. So 12 plus 11.
23.
23 plus shit. An 8 and a 7.
15.
30,
So that's
38.
38.
38 on the first swing.
Oof.
And then we can
Amazing.
swing again.
Nice.
As you hit this creature with the Vorpal sword, the radiant energy, like almost circling it in lightning down the blade, the creature the Brack tries to block the hit with its ribs. Your sword gets caught for a moment, and the strength of the blade pulls upward, and you crack some of its ribs. That looks nasty.
Yeah, I want to try to hit the same spot then and do
Absolutely. Go
Am I
go
allowed
for it.
to smite on multiple hits? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
you can
I don't-
smite
Yes, you
anytime you
can.
hit.
Okay, I didn't know if that like consumed your bonus action.
No, it just consumes your spell slots.
Oh, okay. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits. Go for it. Roll damage.
Sweet. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Another 3rd
Big
level.
smite energy.
Big smite.
I've also while Cody rolls damage, I figured out how I'm gonna fix this problem. I'm gonna go buy some gum after this, and I'm just gonna chew.
Gum will
That's a
work.
good way.
Gum will work.
Mhm. Gum will
Solid
work.
choice.
So I rolled max on my 6s.
Hey.
So that's 17 for sword damage naturally,
I love that.
and then two and a 1, 3.
20.
So 20, and then double 8s. Okay.
36.
Thank you for the math. So 36 on the
Amazing.
second hit.
Yeah, you
Very
hit it
spicy.
straight in the ribs. Your blade almost goes through it. But with the sinew and wood, there is natural spaces in the creature. So this looks like it would have been a killing blow, a piercing blow in any other creature. But you feel your sword remove, and you see a hole in the creature where your sword once was.
Do I have a bonus action, or is that consumed by any of the smites or anything?
No,
I did?
you're good to go.
I'm going to cast Compel Duel. I'm just gonna say, "You look at me."
Oh shit! Huh?
So we'll see. That's a Wisdom save of 19.
Okay. So it rolls all saves with advantage against spells and magical effects.
That makes sense.
It is, oh gosh. Yeah, that is a 27.
What if it didn't roll with advantage and actually rolled with disadvantage instead?
Yeah.
You know,
Or just
Just be-
actually
just be-
just not roll at all and it just fails.
I let you
What
level
if-
up so much so that I could throw this creature at you.
Yeah.
I handed you
can't take
levels.
we can't take
We
the
have to
big
let
bad
him
from
have
the DM.
fun.
Amazing. After
done.
your turn, Luther, it is going to take another legendary action,
That makes sense.
almost in defiance, and hit you, knowing it doesn't have to.
Respect. Game recognized
Right.
game.
So I realized I forgot a part of the spell. If it does hit him, it does need to make a con 19 save or be blinded.
Yes, please remind me of those. That is going to be a 33 to hit.
Disadvantage?
We're never gonna get it on saves.
With disadvantage.
All attacks on my babies are
Both
disadvantaged.
attacks on your babies. That is going to be an 18
Oh,
to hit.
Does that hit you?
18 to hit me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Meets beats.
Oh,
That's 18.
Oh,
so close.
Very close. All
we need
right,
to get
and
you
that
a
is
shield.
I know, it was so close in the realm of possibility.
That is with another stomp attack. So close.
So close.
Those are some big numbers. Thank you. That's going to be a 13.
have to be.
A 20 and 24 points of bludgeoning damage as it kicks you square in the chest.
Now it needs to make a con 19 save or be blinded.
All right. That is going to be a 23.
Rock on.
I don't think we're getting any spell effects.
I'm gonna just keep on trying.
Oh, yes. Technically, that is an advantage. Yes. Yeah, it is.
Love that for us. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
All right.
Super sick.
After using its legendary action, Linus, it is your turn.
Beautiful. As an action, I'm going to channel divinity and curse it with my path to the grave.
Hell yeah, my favorite. So
I
good.
Love that for us. So the next time me or an ally of mine hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends. So love that for us. It is cursed. There's no saving throw. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Take my channel divinity.
Wonderful. Eat my channel divinity.
I'm gonna
Eat
follow that
my
with a blade
channel
of disaster too.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna honestly, I think Linus, like, surrounded by this light, would just be like, fucking suck it. And then like that's just like watching my brothers die. And then because he's taken quite a decent amount of damage, I am going to bonus action healing word my dear brother Luther.
Wonderful.
So that'll be, I'm gonna upcast to 5th level
I've
because
taken over 50 points of damage.
he's taking quite a bit of damage. Yeah. So let me pull out all of my d4s. So sorry.
many D4s.
Please.
Thankfully,
many
those
D4s.
Kadir showed up with the 14 hit points because that actually is mitigated.
Sweet
Like
baby
a-
deers.
Not a
I
portion.
love them so I would die for them, man. You
I
threw
want
these
to.
things
Yeah,
at me,
you've made
and
me now want a Kadir.
I want a Kadir as a best
I'll show you a
friend.
picture
That's right.
afterwards.
Please, I love
They're
Kadir.
beautiful.
Perfect. Ooh, 4, 8, 12, 15, 20 whole points of healing.
Ooh,
Amazing.
thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Make sure that I mark that off on my spell.
Perfect. Okay.
And then that'll be, I'm gonna maintain my distance. Maintain concentration on that spell that's kind of sort of keeping my siblings alive, and that'll be my whole turn.
It is going to take its last legendary action of the turn or two as it sees the light, the mote of healing move from you, Linus, to Luther. It manages to whirl its head in your direction, and it is going to lash out with its thorns at you as you see these, just a barrage of black spines come towards you.
All right,
Disadvantage.
thorn attack.
And it's not moving out of our
It's gonna-
threat range.
No.
Like, you could- yeah.
I don't think that it cannot hit me, guys. Just so you know.
That is going to be a 29 to
With
hit you.
disadvantage?
Yes.
1? No? Okay. Yeah, that does it.
I rolled a 16 and a
Yeah,
15.
that's
So yes.
But you do have
Oh.
You do have advantage to concentrate on holy aura.
Thank God.
plus Luther's bonus. So
True.
This is gonna hurt.
I
so
haven't been
bad.
adding your bonus, Cody, and that changes my +9 to a +14. Spice.
Paladins are great at
This is
last
going to be
higher level.
23 points of piercing damage
Love that
to
for
you.
me.
So your concentration check
11.
has to be an 11.
Perfect. I get advantage, and I get to add +5. Correct?
Also, oh my goodness, hi
No Man.
Hi,
Hello,
no
man.
man.
Friend.
Yeah,
Welcome
you get-
Thank you
it's-
so much for coming
How you
in.
doing?
Welcome.
Your
We
Constitution saving throw +5.
We are
Made
fighting
it.
a giant creature known as the Brack, both fiend and fey, that has been hunting these sweet brothers down,
Oh
and
my
hopefully
God.
they'll get their
That's a
dad
really
back
good
at the end of
emote.
this.
That's a very
Little
cute
tiny
emote.
dancing
Very good
mushroom.
amount.
I love
Thank
it.
you. Welcome in. Hope you feel so welcome here.
That's Truffle's
friends.
familiar from
Y'all
the
ever
Fetch one shot.
be like super, super, super grateful for advantage because you were like a natural 1 and then an 18 and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Wonderful. So your
I maintain
holy
it.
aura remains.
Thank
Fantastic.
goodness.
And we need it.
So it is now the Brack's turn.
Yeah.
Seeing the damage it did to you with the spikes,
Oh,
with the
yeah.
thorns, it is going to unleash that again onto you,
Mm.
Linus.
With disadvantage.
Six.
Absolutely. Keep going on it.
Six.
Oh, you're lucky because it was a natural 20. Not that those would have counted anyway. Now I know how
Yeah.
Tim feels. That is going to be a dirty 20
Yo,
to hit.
my AC is 14 because I gave up my shield. So I don't think it cannot hit me unless it's
My
a
AC
natural
16.
one.
Natural one.
Oh, we're
yeah.
14, 16, 18. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be 12.
Thanks a lot, no man.
Um,
Have a good one.
Thank you, No Man.
Thank you,
Thank
No
you so
Man.
much,
Thank you, no
friend.
man.
16 and 21 points of
Mhm.
piercing damage for its first attack, and I'll have you make your concentration check.
Gotta pass a 10.
I hope you call your channel No Man's Land. Sorry.
That's very good.
Oh boy, y'all! I got a 15.
That's good. It is
That's
then
enough.
going to continue to kick you. Yeah, your
Strong.
Discord is No
Strong.
Man's Land. Well
That's
done.
adorable. I love that. Well done, No Man.
It's going to kick Luther
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage. That is going to
Pay
be,
two? Do you pay two?
You're the opposite of
20.
a do we have homework kid.
that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're gonna where's these dice over here?
I'm trying.
You're doing so well. 11 and 15 and 18 points of is it kicked you? Is it 18 points of bludgeoning damage, Luther?
It needs to make a Constitution DC 19 saving throw or be blinded.
And it has advantage on that.
Yep.
That's a
I'm
natural
just-
20.
Fuck.
So
All right.
Hey, we got it out of the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get those
great.
dice away.
and then it is going
Something's
to
gonna land.
come up with a gore attack on you, Austin, this time,
Sick.
as you have moved around and done it a correct ton of damage with your blade of disaster.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
You're so sweet. That's
It's a
the
good bit.
advantage
It's a good
going
bit.
to be a 21 to hit.
Absolutely. So hard to not hit me.
Everything is a plus 14 to
Yeah,
hit.
so it needs to
we're-
roll. It needs to roll a 1.
We're
It
having a
literally
great
needs
time.
to roll
having
a
a
1 to
great
not
time.
hit me.
And my sweet husband just brought me cookies.
Bring us
Aw.
bring cookies while she kills
Tim,
this
where are my
bitch.
cookies?
For the
I want
class,
cookies.
yeah, where's
Drive them up.
Where's
Drive them
That
up.
is going to be 23 points of damage.
All right, and that's
Uh,
11 concentration check.
That's correct. Yes.
And
You're
it needs to
fine.
make a con 19 save.
I love that. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
going to be a that's a 19 on the nose.
Did you make
Close.
your con? Did you make it? Did you make
Yeah,
it?
I have to literally roll a natural 1 to fail that.
Okay,
I get a
perfect.
plus
Love
14
that.
to my con saves.
That's
great.
great for us.
Perfect. All right, and that is its turn. Austin,
And
you
you're
are up.
spicy.
All right.
And you are right up in its business. You are
Yeah.
like very, very close. This creature is just like thrashing and goring at you. It is fully intent on leaving you wrecked in the street.
Yeah. Blade of Disaster, but I'm going to do them one at a time because of Path of the Grave. Gold or silver for the first attack.
Ooh.
Silver rolled in at 20 recently, but I only need to roll an 18 or higher.
Don't put that on me.
Cody, it's on Cody.
Cody.
Gold?
If anyone is wondering where I've
Fucking
gotten these
18.
amazing. If anyone is wondering where I've gotten these creatures from, this is from the Grim Hollow Monster Grimoire from Ghostfire Gaming. please, please, please go support this wonderful company. I back
DMs
this
love
Kickstarter
it.
and it's
Players
gonna be
hate
lit.
it.
Yeah.
Real spooky ooky.
And the other one is a 24 to hit.
Mhm.
So 29 or 24. The
Both hits
plus
landed
14 con
on me.
saves. The plus 14 con saves is because of the plus 5 from the paladin, though.
Okay.
I'm
And
rolling-
what does the blade of disaster look like as it hits it with these 2 hits?
I think it's gonna like. I think it just like pendulums through it, like side to side.
I love that. I got a real like
And
rock and chop vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big.
And it has vulnerability to all of the
Yeah.
first attacks damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Tasty.
How many dice?
So tasty.
Fuck, I have to do because that's.
Luther, you were on deck after this. Pardon my chewing noises.
Yes.
How dare you eat a cookie on stream?
Oh,
And he
man?
also brought me
yeah.
milk.
So for the first one,
You're
because
Santa.
it was an 18, so it was a crit.
Mhm.
62 doubled, so
So
124.
Okay.
And then the second hit isn't doubled, and so bad. I rolled a 1, a 3, a 2, and a 1. 40, 12, rolled a 7. Love that. So 131 points of damage as my bonus action.
Okay.
I love high level sorcerers. Oh my see, the thing is, this is kind of cruel because you've given us crack, and now this is the finale, so we're gonna get
Well,
taken
I
away.
mean, you're all coming back for Exalted, where we play tier 4 characters. So
True.
let's have fun.
That's
Tier 4,
true.
I gotta say, is my favorite tier because I love watching my players take all of their abilities and shine with them. Like, let me throw terrifying creatures at you because you're
Yes.
gonna do terrifying things to this creature. You are equally as scary. I love it.
That's true.
Is the shield gets consumed, like the shield is gone?
The shield is currently used as the
Cool.
the
So,
reliquary. Mhm.
I'm going to cast a heightened with 3 sorcery points,
Okay.
6th level chained lightning.
Okay.
But because there's only one target, the way the chain is going to happen is I'm going to be like seeing it like beat the shit out of Austin, out of Luther and Linus. And we were like, leave my brothers alone. And the lightning is going to start at the shield. It's going to shoot towards the sword as Luther swings up. It arcs off the sword and
Very
beams
nice.
into its chest. So it needs to roll a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, which just cancels out its natural advantage.
That is correct.
And I'm going to use my 3 sorcery points for that.
That's going to be a 21.
Oh, that succeeds. So it's going to take, instead of the 8d10, or is it 10d8?
The
It's
chocolate
10d8.
chips are still.
Instead of 10d8, well, it's going to still take 10d8. I'm just going to half the number. Oof, that's very nice. 60 reduced to 30. Takes 30 points of
Amazing.
lightning damage.
You see the lightning echo towards it, and you almost watch as part of it gets consumed by the creature. It is resistant to lightning.
Yeah, we knew. I knew that.
Did.
I'd forgotten.
That's okay.
A lot's going on.
A lot's going on right
A
now.
lot has happened.
Also, a lot of
Austin.
my high level spells are lightning and fire, so
Both
we're
things
doing what we
it is-
can.
Yes. So it is going to take a legendary action after your turn to spray out again with the thorns against Linus.
Mm-hmm.
With disadvantage. I got it myself this time. I did it.
I won't.
Okay, with disadvantage, that is going to be a 21 to hit.
How
Yeah, for
much
sure.
damage? You can just tell me how much damage you take. I take unless you.
No, unless it's a natural one.
Unless it's a natural one.
Yeah.
Okay,
even
that is
then you
going
get
to
hit.
be
No,
5,
natural ones are automatic misses.
9, 12, and 16
Okay. Love that.
points of piercing damage.
Could be worse.
Ouch. Let me make
Saving
my
throw of
con
10.
save. Got it.
Awesome. Wonderful. Yeah, as it sprays you again and over, knowing that it is intelligent enough to understand that you are the one keeping its it's the ones that it is currently in melee with alive and
Got
safe.
it.
And it doesn't like that very much.
That's
As you
fair.
see it start to begin to move, I'm assuming you are flank like 1 and 2. You're next to it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to try and move just yet, but we are going to we'll see what it does. It
That's
is now
troubling.
Luther's turn.
Okay. Stop. You've heard this before. How's it looking?
Mm,
I just for
I will say it
transparency,
has taken.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
spell that has a certain effect if it's at 50 HP or lower. So I'm basically looking for a very hurt state.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you'll see that it has definitely taken some big, big, big hits, but this creature is very, very hardy, very constitute.
Okay.
And I rolled very well when I was rolling this creature's hit points.
That's
So-
fair. Okay, absolutely.
Love that.
Nice.
Then I'm going to Austin took off one of its antlers, right?
It did.
So I want to bring the great sword like in a large arc, and I want to see if I can. I don't know. Maybe the antlers have something to do with its power. I want to see if I can slice the other one off.
Amazing. It has 4 of them. Which one are you going for? One on the side that is it is a solo, or 2? One at the like the top one.
I'll go for the 2 because there's more there.
Okay.
In case
Sounds good.
in case
Go
I
ahead.
miss.
Can I change my answer to how my Blade of Disaster moves?
Mm-hmm.
I want my Blade of Disaster to be an after image of Luther's sword. So like wherever he swings, it's just like an after image behind it.
I love that. Thank you.
I'm assuming a 17 does not hit.
17 does not hit.
First one's it's a whiff. I'm gonna try it one more time. That is a 19. I'm so close to the 20 for a 30.
Oh,
hits,
yes.
So
Go ahead.
one off.
Roll it up.
Oh, okay. I am gonna smite on this. I'll do 4th
Smote.
level, so that way I get
Smite away.
more.
Go for it.
More d8s. Okay. Blade damage done. That is 15 blade damage. And
Okay.
then 7, 10, 17, 18 smite. So
All right,
altogether
wonderful.
33? 33
Yes, that
damage on
sounds
that.
about right to me.
And that will be
Your sword comes down. You're used to the Vorpal blade slicing through things as if it's butter.
Yeah.
But as you hit this creature's horns, you manage to get in there only into the skin. These horns are the tougher metal than you've ever seen. They are rock solid.
Okay. Absolutely. I'll keep working on those then. That'll be my turn.
Okay, as a bonus action, or sorry, no, sorry, not as a legendary action, it is going to burrow underground.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So you can take an attack, an attack of opportunity on it, but because this is its natural terrain, and the ability to tunnel through almost anything, it kicks up a bunch of stuff getting in your way. So it is going to go down underground. So those attacks are at disadvantage.
Order of operation,
Go for it.
because I have Warcaster, which allows me to cast a spell.
Yes.
If I cast Guiding Bolt and it hits, does that cancel out Luther's disadvantage?
Guiding Bolt is also a ranged spell. So it will be at disadvantage because you are in melee with the creature.
Yeah, it would be disadvantage like one way or the other, but if it
Right.
hits, would it cancel out Luther's? Or like would it cancel? Essentially, because if it hits, it gives advantage on the next hit? Or are they
I would
happening
say-
simultaneously?
I would say they'd happen
Okay,
simultaneously.
I'm going to cast a different spell then.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
I'll take my roll at disadvantage.
Or am I? Because it's really the only
18?
spell that can.
It does not hit.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. You manage to almost like grab a piece of a twig that it hits off as your blade whiffs going past it. You hear it. The blade is so sharp it cuts through the air.
Oh.
Just
But I
missing the creature.
sliced the shit out of that twig.
You slice the
It's-
shit out of that
It's
twig.
so in 2 pieces right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast the seventh level. Yeah, 7th level Guiding Bolt as a reaction.
So it's at disadvantage because it is
Yeah.
melee.
That is what is a dirty 20?
That just hits. Yes.
Oh, that plus 11 does me good. And I'm gonna do the 10d6 damage. 39 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, yucky.
And the next attack against it will have advantage.
All right.
We're burning through those high levels. I'm saving my 8th level for something, but we're burning through.
And the
Oh,
Brack
yeah.
disappears underground. After that was whose turn was that? Was that Luther's turn? Or Austin's turn?
Yeah, that was Luther's turn.
Luther's turn. Linus, you are up.
Lovely. Okay, so
So many options.
I feel like it's coming for me. Cool.
Actually, technically, yeah. After Luther's turn, it took the action. Sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay,
Go ahead.
perfect. So I want to hold my action.
What would you like to hold?
I would like to hold a 5th level vampiric touch.
Amazing.
Ooh.
And what is the trigger?
As soon as it is within range, because I feel like it's gonna come up like
Ink and Liar.
right
Ink and
up in my
Liar.
business.
It's
Ink and
been-
Liar, welcome.
Hello,
been a
Ink and
raid.
Liar.
It's
Thank you
been
so
a
much for the
raid-heavy
raid. Look at all these
night.
raids tonight.
Raid
Welcome
night.
in. We are in the middle of a combat fighting the big foe of this whole campaign. Thank you so much for coming in, folks. Hope you feel
Finale,
welcome here.
Yeah.
So I would like to hold my action with the triggering action basically is as soon as the Brack is within touch range, because it's a touch
range.
spell. Or it's self, so basically as soon as it's within touch range, and I feel it's gonna pop up before I get advantage on that attack, right? Because
Should do.
of what Austin did.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's not a concentration spell, so I'm still concentrating on everybody's little shiny lights.
Great.
And I'm just gonna panic and squat a little bit, like I'm about to get tackled, but I'm not sure from where. And then I'm just gonna hold that vampiric touch. The lights. Oh, it is concentration, so the lights will drop once I punch it in the chest.
Okay. So Holy Aura will drop once you hit it.
Holy Aura will drop once I hit it. Yeah. So,
Okay.
But if I don't hit it, I think I'll die. So, sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and is that the end of your turn?
It's such a is that the end of your last turn? I mean your turn?
Is it the end of your last? You know what? I'm so sorry. Can I just switch out that for inflict wounds? I'm just gonna switch it out for
Absolutely.
a fifth level inflict wounds.
And inflict wounds is not concentration.
It's not
so,
concentration.
yes,
Yeah.
understandable.
Cool.
Totally okay. High level clericing is hard.
Thank you so much for understanding.
Big brain clericing is super difficult.
Holy or your
Brain
ninth?
math.
Your ninth spell?
No.
Oh.
It's my 8th.
So, the Brack is going to take its legendary action to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a
What a
second.
dick.
What?
This Brack is a real dick.
Okay. So then it is the Brack's turn as we come back to the top of the order. As you stand there, squatted down, ready for something to hit you, you feel 2 hands reach up out of the ground and try and pull you down as the ground falls loose beneath you. I will let you attempt to hit with inflict wounds.
I'm gonna slap it with inflict.
Yeah.
I did
Okay,
not account
perfect.
for that.
I did. I was torn between inflict wounds and anti-life shell. But anti-life shell is a concentration spell.
It is.
So, here we go. Plus 11. Here's advantage. That is a 27.
It hits. Go
It was
ahead.
a
Roll damage.
No, I'm sorry, 26. It was a
That hits.
15 and a natural 1.
Ooh, that hits. Well done.
So
Guiding
it-
Bolt coming in close.
Thank you,
Yes.
Guiding Bolt. Sorry, I should have had these ready. 3.
Totally okay. Also, thank you all 80 of you for hanging out with us
Thank
tonight.
you.
Holy
Yeah.
bananas. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, everyone.
We love you.
Also, if you think this is scary, get ready. I'm going to make you cry after this fight. It's going to be great.
Oh, good. I'm so excited to
Oh,
cry.
so
Okay.
excited.
Everyone's excited to cry.
7d10 necrotic damage. Here we go. Ooh, love that. 10, 20, 32, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42 points of necrotic damage. I just slap it.
It's dead, right? You kill it, it's dead.
Amazing. So
And scream.
you
I 100%
see
scream.
the hands of this creature start to necrose and turn black, but the fire from within tends to just break off the dead tissue on the outside as it grabs onto your ankles, and with the loose dirt beneath it starts to pull you down on top of its horns, and it is going to make a gore attack on you.
Love that. With disadvantage.
Is it coming out of the ground as well?
No, it's pulling
Oh,
in.
I'm
yikes.
screaming so loud, you guys. Like Linus has never screamed as loud as it
No, I
screams
imagine.
right now.
With disadvantage, that's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yep. Ouch.
Oh, that's big numbers. That is going to be 15 plus that's 21 and 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Advantage. Half that is
12. Gotta beat it
12?
12.
4.
+5.
Oh. It's a 13.
Oh,
Thanks to your
well done. Well
Holy
done.
I rolled a 6 and a 5, and I was like, I don't make it.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god! Thank you
As
so much.
the loose dirt now kind of settles, you see that the Brack has pulled Linus down into a small pit where it is just the two of them.
Love a good
You
pit.
see a hole to the side where it entered in, seemingly crafting the space and getting ready to pull Linus down into it. It is going to gore you as well, or gorge you, and it's going to try and kick you and stomp you as it's down there
Cool. With this,
with disadvantage. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
oh
Mhm.
yeah, oh yeah.
I'm not going to roll a d20 for damage. That's not how that works.
That's rude.
That's not how that works. That is going to be a 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And knowing it is in this pit, able to surround you, it is going to release its thorns on you as well.
Okay, let me go ahead and
Gotta beat
roll
a 10.
that. Succeeded.
Yeah, this creature has a lot of attacks, but they don't do a super amount of damage. All at
You
once.
say that with your words.
But not with your action.
My
Not with
DM
your-
words.
but not with your actions or bonus actions.
With your DM lies.
That is going to be a 19 to hit you.
Mhm.
How you doing?
Oh, it's fine. Everything is great in this hole that I'm in.
How
with
many
the
of
Brack.
those you reckon you got left in you?
This is probably my last one, guys.
13
For sure.
and that's 21.
Mhm. Oh, thank you so much, Indigo. Sorry, my dog just unplugged my ring light. Let me roll this really quickly. Success.
It's 'cause you're
21.
underground.
Yeah, I'm underground.
Less
Mhm.
light.
21 damage. I love that. I succeeded on my con save, so the boys still have, like, my brothers
Wonderful.
still have their light. I am kind of just flopping around on this guy's horns right now, though. I can't lie to you guys. You just see Linus's arms like flailing in the hole.
It's a bit of a noodle.
There's
It's a noodle
lot
situation.
of blood. There's a lot, so much blood.
And you hear the chuckle emanate once more from the creature. And in your head, just to you, Linus, you hear,
I promised you annihilation.
We're gonna cheer when you're dead.
I guarantee
it is
we're
now
not done.
Austin's turn.
Love that.
Can I see Linus?
I will have you make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Like a car sales pull noodle.
Both of these are okay. With my -1 and disadvantage, I still got a 14.
You see too much dirt. to see your brother. There's too much dirt flying around. You cannot get a clear sight.
Cool. Here's my thing.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Let me have a look at the wording because it's really important.
Okay.
Because it's not a creature I can see.
It is not.
But the spell that I'm trying to cast, because it is a touch range spell, does not say that you need to see the creature. But I have a meta magic that allows me to turn a touch range spell into a range spell. But it's still not a creature that I need to see. I think I'm going to reach out. I'm going to spend my 1 sorcery point to turn a touch spell into a 30-foot range spell.
Yeah.
And cast a 5th level Cure Wounds on my brother.
Okay, I'm going to have you roll an Arcana check to make sure
Absolutely.
that you can get that off and do that. But yeah, I love the logic. Go for it.
22.
Hey, yes, I will allow this spell to go off. Absolutely.
Sick.
Good.
Because I'm going to vomit.
I think I
would scare you.
I think Linus has puked on himself.
You
Yeah.
can't. You made us family, and then you tried to kill us.
I made you love each other.
32 points of healing.
Amazing. So what does it look like when you heal?
Because
it's rare that we see Austin do healing. All of you can heal, but what does it look like when Austin heals?
I think what happens is I like reach out and I'm like, I point my gun at like the area and I'm trying to like, I close my eyes and I'm like, I pull the trigger and in front of Linus, an image of Austin appears and goes, "Hey, you've been injured out in the woods. Here's some quick tips of how to heal yourself, how to like deal with some injuries."
Wow.
And it's like a real quick like YouTube tutorial of like how to bind injuries and stuff.
That actually does damage.
It says psychic damage to me as your DM, but
Austin vomits on themselves as they're healed, just so you know.
Wonderful.
And then my bonus action, I'm gonna swing that blade of disaster into the fray. I'm assuming disadvantage because I can't see them very well.
Yeah, absolutely disadvantage.
Oh god.
Plus 11. Oh, that's so upsetting. It still hits because it's a 21, but I had a natural 20 in there, and that fucking hurts.
The universe can't let you have too many natural 20s.
No, I know. And that is a dirty 20.
Yes, because I mean, at the end of the day, I am cheering for you. You know that, right?
I'm sure.
I
doubt it a little bit.
Sounds like you're like 60-40 on the Brack side.
You know, I have been waiting to unleash this creature for months.
Oh,
so glad
you
got
went. So
to.
66 points of force damage from Blade of Disaster.
Amazing.
As the sword. Just kind of like, I guess because I go before Luther, it's like a before image, I guess.
Okay.
What I'll say is I wrap that damage around Luther's sword, so even if he misses it, that damage like goes through essentially.
Will you let me narrate for you?
Please.
Okay. As this blade cuts down, swinging up, a spectral image moving through the dirt, trying to hit a target unseen. You feel it connect. The creature howls in pain, and the blade hits it so hard that it drives upwards, pulling the Brack with Linus impaled on its horns up and out of the dirt. This creature is on its last legs. It stands there, barely regaining its balance. I'm actually going to have it roll a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage to see if it can right itself, because you really wrecked it so much at this point. Okay. It just manages to kind of take a like superhero stance down on 3 of its limbs. Well, I guess It has 6 limbs, so 5 of its limbs with one hand stabilizing itself. Linus, you fall off and down, lying prone on your back. As the creature stands, you have not seen this creature look panicked before. It looks panicked now. Its legendary action, it reaches up and you see on its horns small creatures. You watch as it rips one off, shoves it into its mouth. And you see the fire ember in its chest glow a bit brighter, just for a second.
Don't like that.
As it stands and
Was
waits.
that a spell?
No,
Cool.
not a spell.
No, it was a snack.
That was a
But
snap.
as the blade, as like this thing lands, I'm gonna look to Luther and be like, whatever you got, do it now.
And I will remind you as well that the great beast did call and say when it's weak to call. And it said for you to call to them.
And it's still my turn.
So you've done your action.
I've done my action, my bonus action. I'm pretty tapped on my turn.
Okay. We'll see how things go with the next round.
Oh,
But it
boy.
has done its legendary action, so it is now Luther's turn.
Well, okay. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run up to it.
I like the idea of Luther just being like, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
this.
All right, bye.
I'm done. Goodbye.
I'm out.
I hop on my
Shit,
Kadir.
way too dangerous.
Austin couldn't ride his Kadir, but I can, and I didn't take off.
I'll take it from here. Goodbye.
I'll take it from here. I'm going to. It was really hurt.
Yes.
Ish. Okay.
It's on its last legs.
This might mess things up. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to run over and I'm going to swing with my great sword, and as it drives, I would think you see a mix of the green energy from Orin and the gold energy from my dad, as I cast a banishing smite on my sword.
Okay.
And we'll see if that works.
What is your intent with the banishing smite?
Do
Do you want this creature gone off the existence, or do you want to rip open the plane, or what would you like to do?
I think that, yeah. I guess I wanted to cause as much damage as I could, and see if I could basically rip this thing apart. Less of trying to make it pop out of existence, and more of trying to make some of it.
So I will
split.
You're
say-
trying to banish it from reality.
Yes. So I will say that instead of doing the smiting damage with this banishing smite, if your intent is to send it back from whence it came, I'm going to have you roll me a check if it hits, and we'll see if it rips open the plane.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and try to hit it.
I will. That is a 19, which does not hit.
Does not hit, unfortunately.
So the smite is wasted.
No, it's not. The banishing smite should say the next time you hit with an attack.
It does say the next time you hit.
So it's still up.
I have 2 attacks.
That's great.
Okay, I'll try.
Paladin
that again.
smites are good like that.
That is an 18 plus 11.
29. All right. So roll your damage.
Okay. I'll just roll that one on the app.
You can also smite on this spell as well, if that's something you want to do.
Really?
Yeah, because you cast a spell, but smiting isn't casting a spell. It is just adding damage by expending a spell slot. So you can cast, smiting spells and smite on top of those.
It's bananas.
That's broken.
Paladin's rock.
Okay.
Yeah, Paladin's rock.
Doesn't
and
make
y'all
sense.
are such high level, so it's
I rolled double ones on the d6s.
Nice.
So the sword damage is 7. The banish smite is 32, and then yeah, sure, I'll put a 4th level smite into it.
okay.
I
Roll it
still
up.
have some of those. Yep, I have one 4th level left. Okay. So that's 8, 10, 18, and then 8 again. So that's 26. I'm so bad. So 39 plus 26.
Okay, that's
Did
gonna
you
be-
add the extra D8 because it's a fiend?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 43 plus 26, I think. So
so that's gonna be
69. 69! Let's go! Does it
Well
kill it?
done.
Is 69 enough?
So,
We're
Luther,
trying to send it back. We're not trying to kill it.
how do
it's
you want to do
69 then.
this?
Yeah! Fucking 69, dog!
I would like to drive the great sword directly into its chest, where I imagine like the flame of its life is, and I want to send the smite energy directly into its heart and try to burn it from the inside out.
Okay. So a couple things happen. Your Vorpal sword plunges deep into the heart of the Brack. Also, thank you so much, Discount
Hi,
Bards.
Discount
The
Bards.
raid,
Hi,
welcome
Discount
in.
Bards.
Very
fifth
climactic
raid
moment.
tonight.
The sword goes through up to the hilt. You hear this sickening crunch and squelch sound as both flesh and plant, wood, compact against your blade. The creature, the Brack, looks down at your sword, impaled in its chest, and it looks up at you, meeting your eyes. You don't see pain. You don't see anger. You see a smile. And I am going to need everybody to make me a strength
I
saving
forgot
throw.
about
Oh,
the thing
yeah,
it
yeah. That
does.
With
thing-
advantage.
That thing that when it dies, it explodes real bad. Cool.
Guys, their strength saves are with advantage because my
Yeah.
spell's still up.
Okay, plus 5.
Plus 5.
With advantage, natural fucking 20.
Hey, we love that.
So 25 total.
26.
Natural 20.
Ah,
for
of all the
27,
time
baby.
for a natural 20.
I did not roll a natural 20. 26.
On a not natural 20, you still almost got higher than I did.
The-
on a natural 20.
You got higher than me on a natural 20.
The sword begins to vibrate intensely, rattling in your hand, as for a moment you think that the creature is going to expel outward. You put a hand up to block yourself, but instead you feel a rushing, sucking sound as everything implodes inward on the hilt of your blade. You see in a split second a creation of a sphere about the size, about this big, impaled on Luther's sword. And for a second, everything stops. In this brief moment, I'm going to have everyone make me a history check to see if you can remember this from the D&D games you played with your dad.
What if Adam knows what this is?
I know Adam knows what
Did I stab a neutron star?
Essentially.
A history check?
Yes, please.
14.
There's a natural 4, so a 1.
Okay.
16.
Linus, you know exactly what that is. You played D&D long enough to remember. That's a sphere of annihilation.
Fuck.
However, the sphere hangs on Luther's sword for a moment, and it seems to want to push forward, to suck inward, to get you all into it. But you hear the ripping, the tearing, the sound, the movement of your reality coming apart at the seams. A rushing sound equaling the one that was right in front of you, and you watch the sphere fly off the sword, almost like like a popsicle falling off of a popsicle stick. It just moves straight off and gets sucked back through the rift.
Shark for the raid.
Also, thank you, Queen Shark, for the raid.
So many raids tonight.
The rift stands open as you watch the sphere hurtling at incomprehensible speed away. The Brack is gone. The effects of the sphere of annihilation saved by a banishing smite.
Oh,
And we are out of
sick.
it.
Oh my god.
I sprint to Linus.
Linus just starts puking. I feel like that, like just watching it get banished like that, but knowing how close we were to complete and utter death, Linus would just straight vomit on the ground.
I'll run over and lay on hands as well. Just like, it's okay,
I think
it's over, it's gone.
Austin knee skids to where Linus is and just wraps Linus in it like a hug. And I'm going to cast an 8th level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
46 from me.
You want to call the deer?
So we're going to take a quick break here in a second. So please stick around to hear what's happening after the break, but we'll do one thing. So that healing moves through to Linus. And do you wish to call the Great Beast?
Yeah, so as I'll quicken that spell, so it's a bonus action.
Okay.
And then as my action, I cast Firebolt, but instead of like shooting it, it like ignites my hand and makes it red hot, and then I place it against my brand. As the brand is hot. Yeah.
How much do you have me for, real quick, before the beast comes?
46 from me, and
Thank you.
then Luther, you did lay on hands.
Yeah. I'll pop another 40.
Oh,
As your brand burns,
I'm alive.
you hear like a stomping sound, a walking, slow, methodical, as the beast approaches the rift. It stands probably about 30 feet, its massive head outside of the rift. It regards you. It is terrifying, but there is some form of contentment to its face. The hollows of its eyes don't frighten you as much as it once did. You feel a sort of kinship, that there is something that binds you to this monstrous creature. And you hear in your minds, I am ready to honor the terms of our agreement. And that is where we are going to take our break.
Ah!
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to just take a quick break. We're going to take a quick bio break. So please grab yourself some water, grab yourself a little snack, and so you're going to need some tissues for after the break here. Cody, you can probably just pop us in like the generic weight sequence.
I'll do that one.
Off the top. We will be back. We are not ending. Please stick around.
Please stay.
Stick around.
We will see you very, very
5
shortly.
minutes.
We'll see you in
5.
5. Bye, everyone.
Hey.
Bye.
we are back.
We're
Hi,
back.
friends.
So in the wake of this fight against the Brack, detritus from this creature littering the road before you killed it, turning it into a sphere of annihilation which got sucked through the rift thanks to Luther's banishing smite. The beast approached. You felt calmed by its presence. And it said that it was willing to honor the terms of its agreement. Slowly, you see its hand reach behind, extend almost impossibly far, till it grasps something in its monumental paws, hands, whatever they are. It moves towards, wreathed in shadow. The thing it has in its hand is over 6 feet long. The hand traverses the rift, opening up, and the shadows start to peel away, as if when they cross the divide between planes, the shadows go back from whence they came, called back to the realm of the beast. They unravel, wisp around until you see, unmistakably, without question, your father. He looks unharmed. No marks mar his body. His clothes, typical, standard of things your father would wear. He looks exactly as you saw him. His eyes are closed. And you hear the beast speak once more.
When the Jabberwock sent him back, I caught him before he fell, placed him in stasis. When the Jabberwock tried to destroy him, I cannot give life. I only bring the end. So that, Brothers Grimm, lies on your shoulders.
The beast gently places your father down on the ground and retracts his hand. The rift stays open, and the beast waits, watching for what you do next. What do you do?
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
How much would you be willing to convert sentimental feelings towards components of a spell?
What are you trying to do?
I want to pull up all of Dad's notebooks
Yeah.
that have gotten us this far, and I want to lay them on his chest, and like I'll take like my mace that magically pops in and out of existence, and I'll set it down on top of them, and like I'll try and like everything that we've collected, everything, if Luther and Austin are willing, I'll sort of just lay them in this pile in his chest, and then I want to, if he'll let me, cast True Resurrection on my dad and bring him back to life. It takes an hour, so it would be me just sitting there with all of these things shaking. And
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. So I will let you use those sentimental objects as components for this spell. However, the 3 of you will be required to participate in this ritual. There will be checks associated with it.
mm-hmm.
And we're going to do this as a resurrection ritual.
Okay.
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 So as you begin to cast True Resurrection using the 4 notebooks, the one full of love letters to your mother, another full of work for your father's career as a writer and a journalist. The another full of mundane life administration notes. And the final one, the red one, full of the campaign that he wrote for you as children. The thing that started it all. A simple game of D&D. Who is up first?
I feel like it would be me because I started it.
Go for it.
What am I? Just a D20?
What would you like to say or do to help invoke this resurrection ritual?
I think the first thing I would say while my hands are on all of this is I'd say, I knew you weren't dead. And I knew you didn't just leave. And then I'm just gonna try.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll me a... What check would you like to roll for that?
I feel like my brain wants to say persuasion, but I feel like it would almost be like a religion, because I feel like Linus would have spent the last years refusing to believe that our dad died.
You got it. Roll a religion check. Faith can also be, religion doesn't just mean belief in a god. I think this is more a check of faith.
A faith check.
Yeah.
I like that. That would be a 16.
Okay. As your words spill out, you see a golden mote of energy appear in your palm. And as you release it out, it holds over your father. Who's next?
I'll go. I'll walk over and I'll take the handkerchief that I have of his with his embroidery on it, and I'll place it in the pile. I'll put my hand on his chest and I'll just say, I'm sorry. I was angry at you for a long time, and it's not your fault. I know that you had to divide your attention with having 3 kids, and I was old enough. I should have understood that, but I felt abandoned. They were much younger than me and required much more of your attention, and I was used to being the only one. I used to resent you for that. I wish it would have just been you and me. But I'm older now, and I realize that was stupid. I shouldn't have left like I did. I shouldn't have left you and Mom to go live in the woods alone, but I had to get out. But I love you, and I love my brothers. We're here together now. I'm sorry.
What type of check would you like to roll for that? Whatever you want.
I have pluses in charisma, but I don't think any of those work. I think maybe What's an introspective check?
Insight.
Insight? Sure. I think that one will work.
This is coming from your heart.
Thank you, Dorktales, for the raid. That's the
Oh.
8th raid tonight.
Thank you
It's
so
been a
much,
raid heavy
dorks.
evening.
Thank you for
We
coming
love to see
in.
That is a 13 plus 8. 21.
Okay. So 21. Austin.
I'm gonna step forward. When we got a little bit older, when we were playing D&D still, you made us. You became a bit more of a stickler for the rules when we were younger. It was fast and loose. And one of the things I always remember was diamonds. You're always like, "Do you have diamonds? Do you have diamonds?" And I just feel like we should be sticklers. And I'm gonna unbuckle my Breguet watch because, of course, Austin wears the
Absolutely.
douchiest, and it's got diamonds in it.
Absolutely.
But as he unbuckles it, you see under where it would touch his wrists at the back face of the watch is our father's name and his date of birth and his date of death, or the date that we thought he died. I always kept you close, Dad. Please come back to us. I'm going to place it on his chest.
What type of check would you like to roll
I
for
would
that?
like to use persuasion.
Go ahead.
As a 23.
Okay. So, Luther, similar to what happened with Linus, a golden mote of light leaves your hand, settling, levitating over your father. Austin, one and the same. As the three of you kneel down around your father, the glow of those three motes swell. They pulse. It starts to rain. A light mist on the road. The light begins to swirl, moving through the raindrops, dancing around it, and it hangs for a moment as you hear a loud exhale coming from behind you, coming from the rift. It is the sound of the beast letting go. The waft of air moves through you, smelling like a storm. Ozone, the now wet pavement, peat from the forest, the petrichor coming off the road. The exhale curls your the magic given to you by your father as the motes of light start to move. Luther, you watch the mote that escaped your hand move over your father's body and settle right above his brow. You, his eldest child, have the most memories with your father, the most time spent with him. You went the farthest, his wanderer, his nomad, always thinking about you, what you were doing and where you were. You see the mote hang there before it disappears into his skin. The second, Linus, moves over your father and settles above his belly. As the middle child, Linus, you were always the voice of reason, the instinct and the intuition that you got from your father, his gut, making sure your family stayed connected, caring for your parents as they grew older, knowing it would likely be you who would take on that responsibility as they aged. You using that intuition and insight, knowing what to say to your mother when she was in the deepest stages of her grief after he was taken from all of you. You see the mote hang there for a moment. and disappear into his skin. And finally, Austin, the mote that escaped your hand. You watch as it circles his body for a moment and moves over his heart. He knew that you would be his last child, and he wouldn't make the same mistakes he did as a newer father. You were his baby. You got the sweetest, most patient, the softest, gentlest version of your father, who loved you outwardly when maybe in his younger years he might not have been able to show that amount of affection. Holding you close, keeping you close. Even though he complained how much you lived at home, he never wanted you far. The last mote moves inside your father's body below his skin. The glow ripples across, emanating out from head to toes. And you wait. And you wait. Linus finishes casting the spell. The wee hours of the morning. And you wait. And then, the first morning rays of sunlight sneak their way through the trees and touch your father's body. The light. The forest bringing to life your father's body as you hear a his eyes flying open as he tries to sit up. What? Boys. And he lurches forward, almost unable to find his legs, and he collapses around you, pulling you in for the tightest hug.
All right, easy, weirdo. And I give him a big hug.
I kick Austin, please. Just like a
Ow.
side foot. Shut the fuck up, he's back. And then I'm just gonna
All right.
barrel in.
You died once. That's it. That's your one. Never
Yeah, you
again.
don't get to do it again. Sorry.
How long?
Bit over a year.
How did you find me?
That is a longer story.
How much
Yeah.
time you got?
Your mother?
She's
Samantha.
okay.
Is gonna freak
Yeah.
out.
She's gonna
We're gonna have to figure out how to break this to her because I don't want to break her.
Where's Lewis?
Also dead.
dead.
Yeah, I decapitated him.
Luther cut his
Probably.
fucking head off. It was dope.
Asymmetrical dingus.
Dingus.
Yeah, what
How
a
much do you know?
dingus.
How much do you know?
Everything.
Most of it, yeah.
I think everything.
Your father looks back towards the rift, seeing the great beast. And he puts a hand up, hailing the great beast. And you never really noticed it before. But there's a brand on the inside of his wrist. Same as yours, Austin. You remember he had a scar of something. It was like your brain ignored it. Thank you for bringing my voice to me. I'm going to teach you about that, son.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I got some bad news for you, Dad. We
What?
did replace you as GM.
That's okay. I figured.
It's Mom's time now.
It's kicking so much ass.
She's so good.
She's really.
You taught her
into it.
well. The beast takes a final look at all of you. And it slowly begins to move away, seemingly satisfied with what happened.
Kisses.
And you watch as your dad walks up to the rift, and you hear him start speaking in a language that you don't understand. He moves his arms around, circling them and closing, pulling across his body as the rift closes.
Ooh.
There's no need for that to open again.
You're going to teach us to do that, right?
Right? Yeah, that's...
You
wow.
can't just show us that.
Can we still... I mean... Dear Man said that he would take our powers away once we did what he wanted, so...
We will likely have to start from scratch.
Okay.
But I'll teach you.
Dope. I thought it was going to be like kind of a floodgate closed kind of situation, but we can work back towards that.
If you work hard enough.
Hell yeah, gun noises. And then I shoot my hands as if I was casting fireballs, but nothing
comes out.
Yeah. So sorry we brought you back to that disappointment.
Yo, what the fuck?
He grabs all of your hands.
Look for a high five. Oh no, he grabs my hand for the high five.
He grabs your other hands. And he goes, with sons like you, I could never be disappointed. Ever. I knew about Lewis the moment I met him. I knew that he'd be trouble, and I knew the power I had. He thought I didn't know. But I had no need for it. I had my family, a good career, and that was enough. It was always enough. I didn't need what Lewis wrought. Who still looks hurt?
Me, but
everyone
not a whole lot.
Except
Austin a little bit, yeah.
Your dad leans over, placing a hand on, I would assume, probably your thigh or whatever part of your body was closest to him. A soft golden glow emanates once more, merging into your skin, and you each heal 50 hit points.
Ooh,
that's fucking cool.
Back to full.
As you both look down at your arm, why do you think your kids were never sick growing up?
I just thought it was awesome.
Doctors always thought you were really healthy.
I thought I just ate a lot of worms.
Yeah.
Or that time your mom slipped on the driveway and should have broken a bone or two, but didn't?
Dang.
She was lucky.
That's why the time I ran through the pane glass window, nothing happened.
Well,
I thought there was a lot of blood for how shallow that cut was.
Oh, that's because you're
There was a lot of blood. You just don't remember.
Cool.
And I can save so many kids with this.
You'll have to be careful. I'll show you. Safely. Can help you do that. But, do you think your mom is... What do we do? She thinks I've been gone for a year. I don't know if I could...
No, you should come home.
Are you kidding? You're gonna like take off or something?
I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to...
I think it would hurt her more if you stayed gone.
Maybe we could all move somewhere. I could change my name, or we could start again.
Here,
how much does she know?
Good.
How much does she know?
Not very much.
No, we tried to tell her, but she doesn't.
Not a lot.
Yeah, she didnd't process it properly.
We tried to send her a picture of Dolores looking all gaunt and sickly.
Yeah, Dolores looked bad.
Real bad. Whole town looked real bad.
She's good.
I always knew that Lewis did something to her. Could never put it together what it was.
She had eyeballs.
Put an eye thing in her.
There was eyeballs in her.
Jeez.
It was...
I'm gonna call Mom. I'm just gonna ring our mother.
It's with the time difference, I would say it's probably 6 a.m, maybe 7.
Cool.
Your mom is up. She's an early riser. Austin?
Hey.
Hi,
weird.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Are you guys
Weird.
Okay?
Yeah. Doing great. Weird question. You've been doing a lot of research.
Yeah.
on D&D, right? And you know
Yeah.
the like revivify and like true resurrection and all those spells.
Yeah, that's right.
If that was to if that would have happened in real life, how would you react?
Just a ballpark.
Just a ballpark guess.
Me
How
ballpark
would that?
kind of
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
like if
Austin.
someone who was previously assumed to be dead is no longer dead.
Or was never dead to begin with. You could frame it that way.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
beating
yeah.
around- Dad's not dead. I
We
yell from
found-
like the
what?
distance.
We found Dad. It turns out he wasn't
What?
dead. He just got kidnapped.
Charles?
Dad was
Charles.
kidnapped.
Yeah, I put her on speaker. It's a phone. You can talk into it.
He was
Oh,
only
my
gone
son,
a
I know what
year.
it And you hear your mother just rack a sob at his voice. Is it you? Yeah, baby, it's me. You hear your mother just like tears of joy. She is like scream crying a little bit on the phone. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Just bring him home. Just bring him home. Boys, bring him home.
Oh, we're not gonna look at
Yeah.
gift deer in the mouth.
We're on the way now. Love you.
I love you, boys.
Love you, Mom.
I love you.
Mom.
And she hangs up the phone.
I'm gonna look at our dad and be like, "Hey, Dad, settle an argument for us. Is it weird that I think our whole family is hot as fuck?"
No,
Or is that
son,
just-
our family is very attractive.
Yeah, yeah, Dad.
You
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you got it.
We're hot as fuck.
That's
Your
where you got
dad
it
We
from.
gotta own
considers
it.
your dad considers for a moment. Goes, Austin, can you pass me your phone for a second?
Yeah. I'm handing my phone. Oh, it's
He pulls
biometric. 1 second.
he pulls open the camera function and he looks at himself for a moment. I've been gone a year. Your mom might be okay with this, but I don't want to have to explain this to so many people. And you watch as you see him put his hand in front of the camera, taking like selfie mode on his face. And you see him, it's almost like he's turning the gears on the clock. And you watch as the picture, Austin, you're standing over his shoulder, of him changes ever so slightly. His face becomes a little bit rounder where it might have had a stronger cut jawline. His hair changes color. Gets some more freckles. Little bits and pieces of your father's image change. Enough so that there could be considered a resemblance. But he looks like a different man. Pulls the image. Seems to pull it towards his face. You don't see anything different. That should be enough.
Had a cool scar, Dad.
Cool scar.
Do like a eyebrow scar. Eyebrow scars are really in right now.
Yeah. There you go.
He grins. Well, you did bring me back. And you watch as he moves his hand up and over. And you see a scar move on top of his cheekbone
Nice.
to his temple line.
Cool.
That's cool.
That's dope. Hot. That's hot.
Thanks.
Okay, you a little far.
Can you help me up, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dad's been on the ground this whole time.
He stands up as the sun finally crests over the canopy. Morning has come. Your dad is alive. What do you do now?
Linus, Luther. I don't think a YouTube series is gonna cut it.
What are you thinking?
I have some ideas.
Let's go home first. Road trip with Dad, you guys, with all of us.
Road trip with Dad. I'll go get the.
Oh my God.
Well, I guess we're all far. We should all go get the van.
Linus pulls like a water pack and like an MRE out of one of their many pockets, and I'm like, "Are you hungry? I got snacks."
Ravenous.
Do
Yeah.
I,
here
do
you
I
go.
see
Thank
the
you, Linus.
Kadir anywhere?
As you're walking back down the road towards Waterford, you can make a perception check for me.
I almost forgot about that. That
I love
is
them.
a 13.
You don't see them.
Damn. I'll just wave and empty into the forest.
I throw a Slim Jim.
Oh my god! I start throwing dried fruits. I'm like, I really
Amazing.
like these.
Amazing.
Dad, do you know what a Kadir is?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Fucking weird.
We
They're
met
so
some.
cute. I kissed one on the face.
Did it show you something about your past?
My biggest shame.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't work for me. That makes sense.
No, they're sin eaters, son.
Oh, so I've never sinned because I kissed it, nothing
They
happened.
take all the anguish and the pain from you.
Again, that makes a lot of sense.
That's what they meant by when they said their food was tainted. That the Brack was tainting their food because it was creating anguish that probably wasn't as fulfilling as like genuine anguish. I would die for them, Dad.
It was like junk food then.
They're pretty awesome.
They're so cute.
Well, once your mom starts getting sick of me again, maybe we should go out on the road. I can show you where a lot of the rest of them are.
I think we should bring Mom in on this.
Yeah, all right. All right.
She would love the deer.
She would love the deer. You're gonna.
She's gonna be-
Dad.
I just want you to know that as soon as she sees that deer, you're gonna be building a pen for one.
She is gonna be
Unlikely,
pissed.
son.
She's gonna be pissed that you let me get a tattoo, Dad, and you did. This was on you. That's what I'm telling her.
Oh, here, son, come here. Boys, come here. So, Austin, your dad holds out his wrist upward. Linus, Luther.
Yeah. Nope.
He puts his hand on one edge, and it's almost as if he makes a move as if he's lighting a lighter. And you feel a warmth emanate across all of your wrists. And Linus and Luther, you look down and you have the same brand.
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
You could have done any of this earlier.
Matching tattoos, you guys.
Something like that.
We should get actual matching tattoos though, because that would be sick.
Not on your life, son. Not on your life.
Linus just starts crying quietly in between everybody because this is all that they've ever wanted for their entire life is to just like be included in the family, and they're
And
so
he
happy.
stops as you're walking down the road, standing to his full height. Your father's an impressive man. And regardless of all the sports events, the papers, or the grades brought home, you have never seen him this proud. And as he hugs you in the middle of this empty street, next to the remnants of a dimensional rift, that is where we are going to end it. And you all lived happily, cryptidly, ever after.
Can we do a little like where they end up in like a couple years thing? Because I have thoughts, but I want to see what like
Absolutely.
the brothers like end up doing.
Absolutely. What? Tell me, what do you do a couple years on? Where do you go? What do you do?
So I'll go first just so that as a baseline, 5 years in the future, Austin Grimm is the president of the Grimm Cinematic Universe, which is the most popular, like it is the MCU of the world, where he has essentially just taken everything that literally happened to them and he's just turned it into movies with
I love
massive,
that.
and obviously he has cast himself in the like main role.
The pivotal role, yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
not only the president of the company, but he's also the like face.
Luther's
Uh,
played by Timothy Oliphant.
Absolutely played by
100%
Timothy
he
Oliphant.
is.
Yeah,
Mwah.
he went to his brothers and he was like, "Who do you want to play you? I can get anyone. Money isn't an issue."
Money's not a
I feel
problem.
like
We'll throw
Linus
too
would
much
just
money
choose
at them.
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
very good
Linus.
choice. So yeah, like that is Austin. Austin is like kind of like basically a massive name in entertainment because he's just taken what happened and turned them into dope like action movies.
The best stories have a kernel of truth in them, right?
Exactly.
Luther, Linus, what do you do?
I feel like Linus would have absolutely focused all of their magical schooling on healing, so that they can just go fix kids, but discreetly.
Mhm.
And also has put a lot more time into their freeing up their weekends so that they can still go cryptid hunting with their big brother occasionally, if that's what he wants to do. Just throwing that out there. And mom and dad
Mhm.
and Austin.
Yeah.
I've worked it into my contract that I get to go away every
Yeah.
weekend.
Every week.
I'm like, you can't
Perfect.
call me. My phone's off.
The only time
Austin
your
shut
phone's on
his
silent.
phone off.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's big.
5 years of growth.
Well, the main phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main phone. The
Yeah,
emergency. The two backup phones are still
Still
on.
on. Dad is Bigfoot real.
Yeah, it's big.
Luther, what do you do?
I feel like I would continue. I would continue hunting, but this time I would try to bring along my dad and my mom and try to make up for the time I lost while I was being on my own, purposefully ignoring them. Yeah.
You do all these things and so much more.
A third of the money that I make from GCU goes each to my brothers. If they use it, whether or not they use it, but it just goes into bank accounts that are out in their name.
That's amazing. And thus ends the tale of the Brothers Grimm.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
it was
That was
so
good.
Thank you.
I
Fun.
don't want to stop. This was such a good.
I know.
This sucks.
Thank you all so much. Oh my gosh. My heart is so warm for these sweet boys. And thank you, all of you, the three of you, for this like beautiful experience.
Thank you,
Thank
Em.
you, thank you,
Such
Em.
a
Oh,
good,
my
such a
pleasure.
good GM.
Incredible.
You did
Yeah,
such a
this was
good
the most-
job.
The most amazing D&D. It was an honor to play with you all. It was great.
My heart
Such
my
a
heart
great
is so warm.
time.
Well, the four of us will be back at a table,
We will be.
joined by a couple
We
other
will be.
people. But
I want to establish something because we had a conversation before we started. And I know that Cody and I did this, but canonically during this 5 episode arc, this was the clothing that Austin was wearing, like a Mickey Mouse
love it.
I
ironic
love
blazer
that
with a
so
hoodie.
much.
Cody, you were saying
Yeah, I brought my I don't know, the older
Now what
brother
I-
bit uptight
Oh,
collared shirt
hold
with
on.
a.
what I want to know is
Brown
is
shirt.
that the shirt that Linus is wearing? Because it
No, hold
truly
on.
makes sense to me.
Hold on. I have it. It just gets toasty in my office.
Yeah.
I love this sweater. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah,
amazing
yeah.
sweater.
It's 100% an oversized fake cashmere sweater because Linus tries to keep up with Austin.
Oh no!
I love it. It's perfect.
But like can't afford actual cat. Well, now they can, but
Now
they
couldn't
can.
before. So it's just like this with khaki pants because that's what they've learned from Luther.
I love
just
it.
Don't wear pants anymore, so
Utilities.
I
key.
can't commit to the bit.
Pond can't commit to the
Amazing.
pants bit.
Pond physically cannot commit to the pants bit, but yes.
Amazing.
Like-
So we're gonna raid tonight as well. So I have 2 more things to tell you all before we go do that. Maybe 3. The first thing is that we are back on Saturday with episode 92 of our main campaign. If you are new this evening, please consider dropping us a follow. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you to everyone who raided. Holy bananas! If
so
you're
much,
still
everyone.
here, oh, our hearts are
Yeah,
so warm and
thank
so
you.
many raids.
so many raids. It just is just what a treat to be able to do this stuff on the internet for all of you.
You know what also happened tonight is I
What?
for the first time ever hit 100,000 channel points.
Holy bananas.
Wow.
We gotta
Wow.
figure
We
out
ticked
things for
over to
people to do with
100,000.
channel points. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to DM and sit here and do this for all of you. And we are so stoked to be able to continually bring you all that good content with some new
content.
campaigns coming up as we move into the summer season. So please come hang out with us on for our main campaign Saturday. Our Weird West series finale is next Wednesday.
So many finales.
So many finales. This is the end of our spring season. We are going to go raid. So once the show ends, please stick around in the outro screen. We're going to find someone to raid. So go in, tell them that Blackwater sent you, and pass on and tell them to be safe, and pass on all of the love.
All right, all you Grim Reapers out there, don't forget to
Yeah,
like
like
and
and
subscribe.
All right. And so stick around for the outro screen after we are done. Sorry, once my computer stops having a mild hernia here. It's like all over the
Even
place.
your
Okay.
computer doesn't want the Brothers Grimm to end.
No, it does not.
No.
But as we have done with every episode of the Brothers Grimm, so we do one last time as we leave this tale with one last look. As our view pulls out of what might be a typical day at the Grimm family house, Austin, Linus, and Luther home for a weekend. Their mother packing sandwiches, their dad packing the van before they go out on whatever adventure they set on. D&D campaign still set with minis on the table from the night before. Our view flies out the window, back across the sky, buildings and houses, giving way to open highway and the forests back surrounding Waterford. We're pulled back to the road, that singular stretch off the highway with one lane in either direction. We see the Kadir grazing on the edges of the wood, wisps of energy being pulled into their horns, remnants of the magic that still sits here, long since the Brothers Grimm have departed with their father. If we look carefully, we still see bits and pieces of the Brack skittered or scattered around, indiscernible from the rest of the debris in the forest, having difficulty decaying. There is, however, one thing that was missed. The horn that was left cut off the body by one of Austin's most powerful attacks. It sits in the underbrush off the side of the street, smoldering, never quite catching, but it emanates heat as if burning from the inside out. We see those deer, the Kadir, suddenly right themselves from eating, their ears pricking and heads swiveling at the sound of another ripping sound, small, but loud and cacophonous on this quiet street. Most of the Kadir flee back into the woods, save the three that previously stood forward for the Brothers Grimm not so long before. For a moment, the tearing sound becomes overwhelming, searing into our subconscious as we view this scene, the small gap in reality growing wider. From the break in the plains, we see the grayscale of the plain of the beast, and we wait. Nothing breaks through. Not yet. The three Kadir, heeding urging from their viper tails, walk slowly towards the antler of the Brack, knowing it had been there all along, protectors of it, until the time was right. They gingerly pick it up in their mouths, carrying it towards the rift. It hurts them, searing pain, but they press on, bound by duty to the Void Father. As they approach, the rift opens wider, allowing them to walk through unbothered. We follow them on their slow, careful, considerate journey through charcoal-colored field of grass, plant life, decaying vegetation, and up a long path spiraling up a mountain. Not dissimilar to that which the Brothers Grimm climbed in their first session to slay the Jabberwock, Lewis. The place where their father was held in stasis, the analog in the realm of the beast. Finally, at the top of this mountain, we see a ritual space carefully laid out with unintelligible symbols. The Kadir placed the horn in the center, and we see remnants of the mire, the rotting vegetation. We see a remnant of the vision, an eye stalk, disconnected from the grotesque body that carried it before. The Kadir then wait patiently for their master. After a few moments, we see the great beast emerge from behind the top of the mountain, towering over as it strides alongside, craning his neck down to above the clearing. We hear the low gravel timber speak words our tongues could never make us pronounce. As the winds pick up, we see bright golden light and void-like darkness swirl together amongst the three scraps of creatures. And with a loud boom of thunder, we see a familiar figure standing in the space. Lewis, realizing where he is, whirls around, panic. Comes to his understanding that he stands in front of the beast that made him, coming to meet his maker in a place he had never hoped to be ever again. We see the terror written on his face as he begins stammering useless excuses to this godlike entity. I didn't have a choice. The power was for you, to bring you to this realm. I did this all for you. The eyes of the great beast glow an orange, bright and hot, simmering back down to their endless void black, darker than black, deep pools of nothing.
Your lies mean nothing here. You sealed your own fate the moment you sought to destroy your counterpart. There is nothing without the balance, and the release of that nothing is my choice and mine alone. You will now meet your fate, the one you crafted and made for yourself, which each poor decision you wrought. Meet your rapture, Jabberwock, and know this. There will come a time when no one remembers you, and you will fade into the nothing that bore you. So is your judgment. You reap what you sow.
More protests spew from Lewis. With incomprehensible speed, he tries to get out some form of plea. Not hearing it, the beast whips around and then opens its jaws, wider than they should go, unhinged. We see thousands of teeth lining the cavity as the head moves down and snaps around Lewis. He throws his head up, launching Lewis into his gullet. We hear the slight scream that seems to go on and on and on as the beginning of Lewis's unending downfall into his own fathomless oblivion. And that, dear friends, is where we conclude our adventures with the Brothers Grimm. So be forewarned, adventurers, and remember the morals we've learned along the way. Always tell your family how hot they are. Carry a vorpal sword wherever you go. And never let an asymmetrical dingus get in the way of protecting the ones you love. Stick around for the raid, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, we love you.